an opportunity that we can't pass on.
Kia ora, no mai, haere mai, and welcome to day one of the Basketball New Zealand Secondary School Nationals. It is all go here in the one and the only Paradise North, putting on an absolute show here in the Central Energy Trust Arena. It's been a jam-packed day, and it's not stopping here. We've got the AA boys, Fielding High School, take on Christ College. Maya Williamson alongside the man who doesn't like to shout his gab, Miles Pearce.
Don't know what you're talking about. It's easy as. Easy as. How are you?
Good, Miles. How are you doing?
Oh, living the dream. It's a beautiful day outside.
It is.
And we're inside.
And we're inside.
Yeah.
No other place you'd rather be, right?
Well, we'll see.
I feel like that's the life of a basketballer, though.
This
you know?
is true. Yeah.
Spending your days. Yeah.
But no, already I've been here for a little while, watched a couple of great games, so this one should be another good one. And from this view here, we can see some really good games going on the courts further along as well.
Yeah, I believe that's Westlake Girls and Rangitoto, and is that St. Peter's over there in Manukura?
Yes, and Manukura, yes. We're getting it done on the girls' side as we're about to kick off a AA boys game.
Love it. I'll read out the Christ College team lineup now. We've got Tama Isaac, Asin, Najar, Huani, Aifopo Toga, Boston, Pairata, Joshua Shanahan, Matthew McQuillan, Archie, Najar, Ihiaka Kate, Tawhiti Kate, Truman, Heath, Gus Eglinton and Harry Flatman, coached by Quinn Clinton, and Tom Higgins will assist him. So pretty good looking lineup here. The boys in the stripes were second in the competition in South Island this year, and you got Fielding High School? Yeah,
Fielding High School. They lucky enough to sleep in their own beds. Craig O'Brien, Russell, Mataki, and we Gift is, I'm not sure, no, he's out on court. I believe Gift had a little boo-boo on his finger earlier on. Yeah, a little boo-boo on his finger, so it's great to see him out there. And in that starting lineup as well, number 25, which is not quite correct on screen, but 11 is 25, Dov Silverstein just there, who's coming off a championship last year with Wellington College. Yeah,
he's made the big shift, is that right?
Yeah. Did some things with the Jets for a little while, and then was part of a trade back to the Wellington Saints. Thank you, Lindsay Tate, for coming in to say hello.
Good to get him in the commentary box, right?
Oh yeah. Always fun to have LT around. His school coming off a win earlier, Auckland Grammar. As we see, corner three missed. And this is where I really will enjoy the pace of this game.
Yeah, these are probably two of the strongest teams, you could say, in the AA competition here in Palmy. Both teams probably looking to perform pretty well in that top 8 bracket. So going to be interesting to see what goes down and what both coaches can do. Obviously, some experience with Darren Larson and Quinn Clinton, having some good experience his last 2 years himself. We've got a Kuru Fifi Turu on ways.
Well, one of the things that I absolutely love about this tournament is a little bit of the social aspect, and absolutely fantastic to see Darren, who I played with many moons ago, and Quinn Clinton and Higgins on the other side, who I coached through the junior national program. So quite a lot of fun to see these things as we see Christ center the ball, drive, kick, replace, and off on that one.
That man, Tama Isaac, obviously with the under the JTB, sorry, at the Asia Cup just recently. He was named in the All-Star 5 as Kudu Whiwheturu, no good for Lockie Crate. We've got an affair of New Zealand players in front of us. Obviously, a few guys who represented the under-17s at the infamous 4th place in the world, as Truman Heath just dribbles that ball out of bounds.
And I had a great, Andrew Harrison and I just called the game, and we were chatting about this, and just what a great part of New Zealand basketball that was in that 4th place, but how many contributing factors there were to that group. You know, yes, it's a very special group, but it's also, you know, influenced by Rapid League. You know, lucky enough to have one of those guys as part of the NBA Global Academy in Australia. You know, just any number of different factors that's helping contribute to New Zealand doing better on the world stage.
100%. And then it becomes a massive trickle-down effect, you know, inspiring the younger generation, seeing how well New Zealand can perform on a world stage, and they can take those things back to their associations and continue to develop them. And I think New Zealand basketball is definitely on the uprise.
Oh, it is. It is in terms of numbers and in terms of quality as well. So as we see another corner 3. And Christ College able to generate, maybe that's a 3rd corner 3, I think. Coach Quinn Quinton will be loving that. That was his thing. That's his wheelhouse.
That is indeed his wheelhouse. Loves the modern style of basketball, you know, picking apart screen coverages and trying to find open looks. Christ College typically shoot it quite well from beyond the arc. And there's Iaka Kate, speaking of that World Cup team. One of the guys that got to go away was DP with the Canterbury Rams this year. 2 pretty talented lineups in front of us.
Yeah, we see Lockie Crate there, denied and forced to cut back door, but Lockie and Dov were both in that squad, as we see Gift knock down that 3. But, you know, a couple of guys here involved with the Jets as part of their Rapid League and training, extended training squad.
And that man with the ball firing it to Truman Heath, Tama, actually part of the playing squad for the Canterbury Rams this year. So some real talent right in front of us, and you can just see, right on
and
the end of the shot
played some
clock.
meaningful minutes too.
Yeah, for sure.
Lachlan Crate as well, and both those guys involved with the New Zealand junior program, as you mentioned. And, you know, just what a beneficial program it is, as we see a replay there. Pretty good defense, except for the contact.
Retsimana Marteki just on the end of shot clock. Bit of a coach killer, that one fouling at the end of shot clock.
It's always a tough one.
As
watching the Illawarra game, the Illawarra Hawks game in the NBL the other day, and they're lucky enough to have the coaches, you know, challenge.
Of course.
Yeah, and Will Hickey got called for a foul and instantly looked at the coach and asked for the challenge. Coach followed through, and the challenge was successful. I feel like as a coach, if you lose that, like if I'm coaching you and you're like, challenge, challenge, I'm never believing you again.
Yeah, 100%. You lose all trust.
Yeah, all trust.
Trust.
If you get it right, I'll be like, okay, cool. I'll give
Respect.
you I'll give you another one.
You're subbing them right out. Come sit by me.
Yeah.
As Gift, that's a tough shot. Great wall up, and Tama just going to snatch that one right off the backboard.
I love the pace, as I mentioned earlier, the pace that these guys can play at, as those two know each other well.
100%. It's the beauty of high caliber teams, right? They become so familiar with each other. They can then add the factor of pace, and both teams probably quite familiar playing with each other. Great wall up there from Christ College. A couple of positions left empty for Fielding.
Kingston probably tried to be a little fancier than he needed to be. Some great sportsmanship there.
Dov Silverstein, obviously last year's MVP, probably looking to go back-to-back with that award. We'll see that one more time. Unfortunate backcourt violation there for Tama Isaac.
Just a little bit of a slip, and that turned that ball over.
It'll be front court position for Fielding, so 14 seconds on the shot clock. Christ's in a zone here. Great ball movement. Just tipped away. So,
Coach Clinton just calling out a change of defense.
it's good when you get to a point where you can just fire away terms for the defense, right? And they can make a change on the fly.
Oh, it's a great thing, you know, like, to be elite defensively. I think there've got to be some change-ups as you go, just to keep teams guessing. And as we can see here, that use, unless you're like Jim Boeheim at Syracuse, who just had so much success with that zone.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to make some changes, keep some offenses guessing.
Yeah, 100%. Forces coaches to make some adjustments on the fly, and witnessed that in the girls' grand final last year with Westlake and St Andrews. Westlake just an ever-changing defence, and St Andrews just couldn't quite get a grasp on it. You know, you make an adjustment and they hit you with another defence. And
as you can see just there as Lachlan Craik shoots those free throws, the Westlake bench in the background, and they're doing a pretty good job against Rangitoto, 35-4 on that court.
yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good game of basketball that they're playing over there.
A little bit of a rivalry from up in Auckland, getting played out here in Palmerston North.
The place of dreams, I've heard they call it.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There is no question about that.
He's not just saying that because he lives here.
Well, the championships have been here for a number of years now, so all those kids who want to come and compete and do well, this is the spot.
Great arena, Central Energy Trust. Puts it on. Just rims out, does Ihaka, and it'll be with fielding. So we're all tied up, and I don't imagine there's going to be much leeway with the score all the way through.
I think it's going to come down to, if that happens and there is a little bit of a buffer in the score, I think it's going to come down to how well who shoots the ball.
100%.
And you, as you mentioned, Christ shooting the ball quite well, coming out of with Gift right there. We're talking about the three ball, how well we can shoot it. Gift knocking that one down, but Christ coming out second out of the South Island, and Fielding in third place from the zone 3.
And both teams obviously coached by guys who are very much involved in the modern game, so know how to generate positions where they are creating three-point shots, as another hutter goes the way of Fielding, up to 3 in the quarter now.
See, I feel like the modern game is an interesting one, because I think we need more post-ups in the modern game.
Right, because, I mean, you used to have a lot of those, right?
Yeah, that's, you know, but we can play out of that. It's just a different way of getting inside out. I love the dribble penetration inside out game, but, like, you know, let's get a couple more post-ups.
There's nothing like an old-fashioned little back down.
Yeah,
Bit of Tim Duncan-esque, right?
Yeah, Charles Barkley, Tim Duncan. Let's throw the ball to a big fella down on the block and see what they can create through some split cut action, whatever it might be. I think the Golden State Warriors do that well.
100%. I guess, you know, the style of the big man in New Zealand now is super versatile, you know, like the 5 men are able to shoot it and dribble it and create now. As 2 bodies contest the board. That did not sound very good. So our team Gray's going to have a quick corridor about that.
Yeah.
Interesting to see what the call is here. It'll go against Christ College. Take another look at that. Just see the 2 bodies getting up, and ooh, but a healthy competition for the ball. And Quinn Clinton going to have a quick corridor with our Team Grey referee about that call.
Just a question on who it was on. There was definite contact on the play.
I think they called it on Ihaka Kate, but probably, I think it realistically should be on Aston Najar. And he does.
I've never seen officials just change the play outright. Although I did hear a story that Stan Hill was persuasive enough.
Persuasive, that's a good word?
Yeah,
that's a good word.
So the story goes that Stan Hill fouled out of an NBL game, and the referee evaluator was there, he walked up into the crowd, he spoke to the referee evaluator.
No
and
way.
then the referee evaluator came down and changed the call.
I have never seen that.
I wasn't there. I just heard this story that happened with Stan Hill. Absolute tall black legend.
Imagine having that kind of power.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Stan's a big man. So I wouldn't want to upset him.
That is hilarious.
I was lucky enough to play with Ben Hill. And, you know, there's just the stories of the good old days.
The good old days. I'd pay money to watch that happen here.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe someone's brave enough to do that at secondary school nationals.
Great drive. There's that back down we spoke about earlier. Lockie Crate going to the running hook, able to finish over with the right hand.
Going to see plenty of that. Obviously, Ihaka and Lockie Crate actually matched up earlier this year in the under-18 nationals in the semi-final. Manawatu getting the better of Canterbury on that occasion. And Tawhiti Kate, recently named to the under-15 New Zealand team, little brother of Ihaka Kate. So brother to brother, no good. So Christ not shooting the ball like their typical selves to start this ball game.
And it's something special. I was actually very lucky, because I got to play for the Manawatu Jets and Otago Nuggets with my brother. You know, we both played professionally together, and so being able to play at any level with a well, you sort of get to the stage, and you've got siblings. You know, Jack and I work together with the New Zealand junior program, and I feel like siblings are the things that you hate the most until a certain day you wake up and go, this person that's been trying to kill me for the last couple of years is actually quite cool.
They're not. I don't actually hate them that much.
Yeah, you know, and so the ability to play with a sibling is a really cool thing to do.
It's pretty cool. I'll obviously never get that experience myself. Two brothers.
Two brothers. Yeah, enter a mixed team.
Oh, yeah, you could. I actually did play social basketball.
Hey, there we go. There you go.
I felt quite bad for them, though, because obviously, like, having to play in my shadow was, you know, it was quite tough for them.
Yeah. I mean, you're really picking up the whole clan there, aren't you?
Yeah, just kind of putting them on my back and carrying a little bit. It's definitely a physical game, Miles.
This is indeed, as we see a great finish there by Tamar Isaac. Little bump after the fact, goes unwhistled.
And slipping and sliding left, right and centre, both teams, and should be 13-10, I feel, the score. And we're going to have a Wahiki, a timeout here from Darren Larson. What are you seeing so far, Miles?
Look, like we talked about, the pace up and down, things going on. One of the big ones is just who can make what shots.
Yeah.
And like we said, that this is this is a defensive battle. The referees aren't, they're not calling any ticky-touch stuff. They're letting the guys play, and, you know, with just under 3 to go, 13-10. It's getting it done on the defensive end, and I think both teams will be, that breakout score will be who can make what.
100%. Do you have a pick or a favourite, or?
Look, you know what? I don't have a pick. I think Fielding can be very good. I've seen them a little bit more because obviously I'm on up this way. You've seen Christ a little bit more, but you know, just with what both teams have got, I love the guard play from Christ. I think that's really impressive.
Yeah.
You know,
totally.
like Tama Isaac is very, very good. His brother representing the Breakers at the moment. Shout out to the Maitland crew, the Boyles. You know, but Gift, Kingston, Lachlan Crate, yeah, that's a great group. Dov as well. You know, so this is just going to be a matchup from start to finish.
Yeah, it's just talent on talent, really. And, you know, like you said, going to come down to, I think, who can shoot the ball the best. Obviously, both teams, that's a point of their offense that they're searching for. And obviously, both well coached. So these kind of games are super exciting. Not sure what the hold-up is here.
I believe there's some questions in and around the score and what's going on.
So Fielding High School want to contest/check that score. Shout out to all our Manawatu volunteers, Basketball Manawatu, putting on a clinic here in Palmy, making this all possible. Obviously lots of work from the BB&Z staff and our Team Grey officials as well, putting some work in. Both managers will head over with their score sheets to check the score. I feel like it should be 13-10.
You got 13-10 in your mathematical brain of
yeah,
yours? Yeah,
yeah.
cool. I'll roll with that.
My mum's a math teacher, so it's like it's
There you
pretty
go.
solid up there, I reckon.
She's done a little coaching along the way as well.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Sprinkle her in there, yeah.
Done quite well.
A little bit of a basketball family.
Yeah. Also put up with you three, so that's, you know.
She deserves an award for that. Goodness me, I tell you that.
Hey, it's you and two brothers,
Yeah.
right? Who is the troubled one?
Troubled, as in like,
Who causes the most mischief?
who do you think?
I think it's Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
You've got
cool.
that
There we
right.
go. There we go. And who's the favorite?
I'm the youngest girl.
Yeah, cool. It's clearly
Golden
you.
child.
It's
Yeah,
clearly
clearly
you.
me.
Yeah.
Also
'Cause
the most successful.
I've got a brother and a sister, you know,
Right.
so two boys and a girl, same as you.
Yeah.
And I'm the oldest.
Are
And,
you the troublemaker?
And no. My mother would disagree, but
Okay,
you know,
so
like,
you are.
yeah, probably. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
There's no way you can
No,
contest
yeah,
that.
and my sister's the youngest, and you know, the most organised,
Golden,
and
yeah.
so yeah.
It's always
So-
like that. I got bullied growing up. Obviously, two brothers love picking on me, and I had a no yelling chart. I'd get like stars every time I didn't yell in a day.
Hey, we've finally got this score thing
Yeah.
settled, and your math says 13-10, and we've figured it out at 13-10.
There you go. They must have listened to me. So we can get
I'm
back
glad
underway.
someone knows what's going on.
Finally back underway. A lot of off-ball movement here for the striped boys. Tama Isaac using that high on ball. Still not a lot of success from the Kudu Whiwhi line.
And this is the tough one for these guys, because if you look at, as we see, Dov Silverstone put them in a spin cycle and finish. It's, you know, just playing on a different court. Like these guys had a round at 9 o'clock this morning. You know, every court's a little bit different, even though they're the same. If
100%.
that makes sense.
And obviously the double rims throwing a little bit of a factor there. As Tama looking to split that defense, but off the foot, and Dov looking like he's going to be able to go again. Easy two, and yeah, a lot of momentum for fielding causes Quinn to call a Wahike timeout, and 7-point deficit, the biggest of today's game.
And it's a tough one, you know, because that was a point, some points off turnovers, but the play before that, Tama generated a pretty good look and, you know, missed. And like we said, make miss. This is going to be tough as we sort of zoom in there. Quinn Clinton's got the boys surrounding that whiteboard.
I'll look pretty locked in as well. It's always a good sign when you don't have, you know, some wandering eyes. I think these boys, obviously, they finished 5th last year.
Yeah.
Got a championship the year before.
And you know, it's a very good point. It's like, oh, there's a lot going on. So what's going on over here, and having to look over there,
Yeah.
and checking out the court next to you, and
Probably
mum and dad in the crowd. So
Yeah.
there's a lot to look at. So
There
the
is.
fact that all of the guys are locked in, that's a great timeout.
Probably looking at the score on the other court. It's like they're up by lots of points.
They are indeed, and this is Westlake came in with back-to-back champions, and so every team, and it's going to be the same for Wellington College this year. Everyone's after them.
Yeah.
Everyone is after them, and so this is their first game today. And so what better way to try and put, you know, just stamp your authority on
Yeah.
like, we're here and we're not to be messed with, is to try and, you know, pump it up.
Totally. Wellington College boys will be the exact same as a corner. Kudu Whiwhi Toru for Gus Eglinton. There you go. That's that 3-ball.
Yeah. Once, you know, it's probably a little too much help out of the corner, generated that open look. But open look, you got to be able to make him.
Absolutely. And there's that back down game. Lockie Crate in and out, and Gift just cutting across. Oh, can't get the tough finish to go. So good start out of a timeout for Christ College. And ball back to none other than Tama Isaac. So tough just down the lane, absorbing that contact.
Well, just that ability to catch and go on that little stampede action. He's already moving as the pass comes to him. It's very difficult to contain that. we see there just that little move of the feet beforehand, catch and get on the rim. And Tama's a strong guy.
So strong in that finish, right? He's not even influenced at all by the contact, and obviously not the tallest man in the world, but very strong in stature. His older brother, the exact same, plays well above his size, and he has the task of guarding Lockie Crate at the other end.
And what has been a 7-point lead is now, I was going to say now tied up, but
chance to make it tied up here will remain with Christ College.
could tie it up or take the lead. You know, it's a great defensive effort from Fielding High School, being able to break that play. What was a breakaway, uncontested look.
Quinn Clinton just having some corridor with the volunteers about the shot clock, and definitely right, that did not wind down 20 seconds in that transition effort there.
They were moving so quick that time went faster.
Is that how it works?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't move that fast, so...
I don't believe you.
No. Maybe like back in the 1800s, I could have moved
1800s, just so old.
Yeah. Maybe I could have moved a little quicker then, but not happening now. I had to walk from one court to the other. I got tired.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah.
So brave, Miles.
At least I don't have short legs.
Oh, okay. There it is. Cheap shot.
Hey.
Oh, and he can't get that one to go. That is his patent shot, the little left-hand floater. So Fielding a chance to extend their lead. Heading into that first quarter, get a little bit of a cushion as Dove will take control of this last possession.
Just some good patience as
Taniela had to let that one fly, and two empty possessions for both teams will conclude the first quarter, 17-15. So kind of what we expected from the first quarter there, Miles.
Yeah, I was actually a little surprised that Fielding got out to a 7-point lead, but you saw that timeout and the regroup of Christ College able to score a quick fire 5 off that and bring the lead back to 2. And both teams had some chances there at the end to tie it up for Christ or extend the lead for Fielding. Both went begging, but hey, great first quarter. We'll see how we play out in the second.
No, even if you want to put your coach's hat on now, you know, I think you've done a fair bit of that. What's the corridor here from Quinn Clinton, do you think? Obviously trailing. Fielding probably looks a tiny bit sharper right now. What's your thoughts?
Look, I think defensively they sort of got a couple of stops in a row. That's probably the message. And I mean, it's been a great defensive quarter from both teams. They're generating some good looks. They've had a couple of great corner 3 opportunities that didn't go down. And as you said, they're a team that shoots the ball quite well. You can't shy away from taking that shot when you've shot the ball. That's been the bread and butter all year. And same thing with Fielding at the moment. You know, they just got to keep getting the ball in feet in paint. They've got to keep attacking through some of their mismatches. You know, the guard play of both is very, very strong. So it's going to be great little battle to see.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. And there you can see Coach Darren Larson. That was with the fourth in the world old team. I feel like I've talked about them so much in commentary this year, just how great their efforts are. And obviously assisted old mate Leighton Haddleton. Yes,
you know, it was a great group in terms of the coaching staff, management, the athletes that went, and we're lucky enough here to see some of those athletes competing with their schools. Hayden Jones is with Waimea. The guys here playing this game, of course. Jackson Kiss was playing earlier.
Jackson Ball just heading along the baseline there as well.
Yep, Napier came in finishing number 1 in their in zone 3. You know, just what a great group of young athletes that we've got coming through. And then our under 15s, as you mentioned, we've got those kids coming up for Oceania Champs in November in Canberra. You know, just a wealth of talent throughout the country right now. And there's some kids that are very talented that aren't here because their teams didn't qualify.
100%, yeah. I knew plenty of kids in high school that were New Zealand caliber players, and they never went to a secondary school nationals just because that's how the cookie crumbles. You know, you might be from a small school, or you don't have as a talented bench, or just how it goes sometimes.
Well, one of the interesting things that I look at is people talk about nationals like it's an easy thing to do and get to. As we see, well short on that.
Someone opened some doors in here.
Yeah. But, you know, getting to nationals is tough.
100%.
And then succeeding at this level, it's even harder.
100%. And very, like, unnatural circumstances. 6-day tournament is huge.
Oh, yeah.
And very hard on the bodies and on the mind.
I mean, 2 courts down from us, you can see in sort of the back action there, you've got Manukura playing St. Peter's Cambridge in the girls. Manukura has a school, the entire roll is less than 200.
Yeah, so they could be competing in a different tournament now,
they
right?
could, yeah, they could be in single A, and they're both boys and girls have qualified for the double A.
And they are within reach of St. Peter's, who is a dynasty school.
Great driving kick, long on that 3.
Almost didn't secure the long rebound, Ihaka Kate. But we're all tied up and caught up in the backcourt. Just makes it safely over halfway. Ihaka now getting to his left hand. That's just a little too easy for Ihaka Kate. I mean, the scout is on him. He's always going to go left.
Yeah, and that's, you know, no matter how well you prepare and scout and things like that, there are breakdowns. So it's always a tough one, but you're right. If he's going to continue to get to his left hand like that, I think Fielding could be in a little bit of trouble.
He's bouncing off the knee of Christ College, and Fielding here with 7 seconds, so plenty of time to run their sideline out of bounds.
Oh, they just reset that one, said it was a kicked ball.
Oh.
Referee gave us the whirly bird finger, and benches.
Whirly bird, is that what we're calling it now?
I don't know.
Kuru Whiwhitoru no good for Lockie Crate there. And at full pace. Oh, get that out of here. We've seen plenty of that, haven't we?
We have indeed. Great defensive play by Lachlan Crate. Just another one at the other end. Christ College able to knock the ball loose from Doug Silverstein.
Yeah,
so we see that replay here. Great little dump off, a little drop off pass. But Lachlan Crate up to the task defensively. Unfortunately, fumbling the ball on that play.
Such a great athlete, Lockie Crate. Pretty hard to stop. A lot of great skill in his bag as well.
Fielding coming out in a 1-3-1 zone.
Tama will attack now. Nice little float game.
Yeah, and both the last scores for Christ. Tama getting to his right hand on a floater. Ihaka getting to his left hand.
And misses the bunny in transition. Obviously, Ihaka there to clean up the offensive two-upper, and
Just
to no surprise.
Padding some stats. But no, the response from Fielding straight to a timeout.
Obviously, an early timeout, but a needed one nonetheless. Still 7.5 minutes to go, but 23-17. So obviously had the 7-point lead at one point, and now just completely changed the other way.
And basketball is a game of runs, and that timeout from Christ in the first, you know, they bounced back and did a very good job. So now it's Fielding's turn to see what they can turn around. I mean, the referees right now, they're letting some stuff go, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's great to see Team Grey allow these kind of games to be very physical. These boys are very used to playing that style of basketball, and that's how they operate defensively. So, you know, it's nothing worse than seeing a physical ball game be over-whistled. You know, it's very frustrating to watch that happen.
It is, and then there are, unfortunately and fortunately, we've got referees from all around the country here that can do the games. Unfortunately, every area is a little bit different in what they call and what they emphasize. So, you know, right now you've got a referee from, I believe, Auckland and Wellington coming together, and, you know, and you've got teams from neither of those places.
Yeah.
And so
absolutely.
now we've got a mix and mash of of styles and, you know, competitive styles and what we're used to getting called and what we can get away with at this level. You know, it's guys who have played it locally, guys who have played nationally, guys who have played internationally. So just being able to adjust to what's being called as well is a big one.
Absolutely. I think that's the beauty of this tournament is there's so much unknown and you kind of have to learn along the way and adjust to it. Obviously, these guys have never played each other and getting to know some unfamiliar players, so super cool the way it works. As Christ will remain in the 3-2 zone. Gift will let one go.
I mean, why not? Like, this is the thing. They've been in that zone as like a 3-2 point drop as we Tama Isaac hard on the rim, a little bit out of control and misses. And what better way to beat a zone than to beat it down the floor?
Nice little drop-off pass there, but misses the bunny, does Kingston.
But as I was saying, like, why would you come out of that zone?
Yeah,
It's had
100%.
such great success, particularly at the end of the first quarter and the start of this second quarter. It's been absolutely fantastic and giving you some results. So if it ain't broke,
don't fix it.
there we go. That's probably one of the things that offensively we don't do enough as teams and as coaches. Is like, hey, we just ran this action and we got something really good out of it. Like right there, they need to be going, I'd go back to that action.
100%.
They just scored a great basket out of it, but there are certain teams who run something and then there is something else and run something else and run something. And they might have success with something, but they don't just keep going to the well.
Well, I mean, that's probably Tama's third or fourth right-hand layup, right?
Yeah.
So you want to keep going back to that, and it doesn't look like they have the facilities at the moment to be able to stop it, and utilising that ghost screen and to get him to that right hand, super impressive.
And then from, you know, like we said, that down 7 to up 9. My math is good too, almost as good as yours.
Oh my gosh. Should be proud of
13-10.
yourself.
Well,
Oh, Lockie Crate wants to rip the rim off the hoop. We need to see more of that.
and I had this conversation with Kayla earlier when we were commentating a game. What is the best momentum stopper? Christ have been on a run here. Is that dunk the thing? Is it a three? Is it a big defensive play?
What do you think?
Well, I'm more of a get it done on the defensive end. Like, come away. You got to get a stop and a score, though.
I think a stop and a score for sure. If you can get a stop and some kind of exciting way to score, I think that kind of will start to freak the opposition out. Obviously, getting transition buckets, I think, is a good way to do it. If you can get wide open layups a couple of times in a row. As Gift buries a Koru Whiwhituru, he's got a shot on him.
He does indeed, and that's a great little answer there because that lead had gone out to 10.
Back within 7 now. This game definitely going to go tick for tack, I believe, until our final seconds. As Hawani sitting that high on ball, Ihaka out to Tama, can't connect.
And that's just a much better defensive possession. They forced Ihaka to his right hand and then forced Tama into a contested jump shot. Whereas both those guys have been going to their strong hand or wide open.
100%. And as coaches, we know you got your takeaways and your live withs, and definitely live with Tama Isaac shooting a contested look. If he makes it, you live with it and you move on. As Hawani will go the line for a pair of Kuru Tautokus. Hawani was the under-16 MVP last year at the under-16 Nationals, and just recently named in the... Oh, no, he wasn't in the... He's not recently named in the under-15 New Zealand team. I was going to give him credit.
Give him credit for something he hasn't done. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that.
He deserves it. That's how good he is at basketball. But
oh, yeah.
Gift over to Retemana, who buries that one, and back within 5.
Make or miss. This is the big thing, particularly from the three-point line. I think Fielding's done a better job since that last timeout, just increasing some defensive intensity.
I'm going to see a moving screen here from Boston, Pairata just got clipped. Setting an illegal screen for some off-ball movement. And Fielding now with a chance to claw away that lead once again. Momentum beginning to shift in their favour.
I like the poise and patience that they're playing with here offensively.
Dov drawing a lot of contact during the hurrah. A well-disciplined quarter, obviously. Both teams only on 2 fouls each.
Yeah, it's a combination of being, keeping guys off the foul line, playing solid defense, and also some of the referees just letting them play.
Love to see it from our Team Grey officials. Ball into Lockie Crate. And again, just really great patience, movement. Gift just attacking downhill. Great footwork, everything but.
And that's some great pivot game after coming to the 1-2 stop, playing off 2 feet. Unfortunately, the really good footwork wasn't rewarded with a really good shot at the end.
$1 million move, 50-cent finish, they say. But good to see the fundamentals as Kai Isaac, I said, Tama Isaac, coming downhill off that go screen action once again. And just like you said, right, don't go away from it.
Yeah, don't go away from it. And that's like, they can't be upset with that shot. That's a really good shot as they get right on the rim. There's a little bit of contact and they missed, but that's a point blank shot. That's a great look. They got to keep going to that action.
Totally. Go screens can be a little bit hard to defend. Obviously, you've all your attention on Tama Isaac, and
yeah,
super hard to stop sometimes. And he is just super hard to stop. I mean, he could barely be stopped on an international level. So it's a pretty tough defensive assignment as he'll take a seat.
Coach Clinton subbed him out, so that's a whole lot easier for Fielding to stop him right there from the bench when he can't do anything from the bench.
The coach is stopping him himself.
Yes.
As Tafiti Kate will control the momentum as the backup point guard. Looks like a little bit of stagnant here. We're going to have that go screen once again. Boston now to let one fly. Kuru Whiwhituru from deep. Same action, different result. But you'll absolutely take it if you're Christ.
Oh, yeah. And this is the thing. How can Fielding now generate some extra actions to create those sorts of shots for themselves?
Dov with 6 seconds to attack. Look, drops a little dime off, but another turnover resulting in another Christ bucket. Hawani getting up.
And Fielding don't have a timeout to try and stop this run. A great look there, unable to get that one to go.
And just off the front rim for Gift.
And but once again, great shots. Got 3 or 4 shots right on the rim.
And Ihaka buries that one from the corner. And like you said, no timeout to stop this run. Up 13 for Christ. These boys are going to have to generate something themselves in this last 2.5 minutes.
And it's, that's the beauty of having those 2 timeouts. Well, Fielding called one in the first. They called one early in the second. Now they're in desperate need, and there isn't one. So, and just to my right, Tama Isaac's about to check back into the game.
And that becomes pretty hard for Fielding High, having to figure this one out on their own. Again, Christ in that zone that Fielding have struggled with for the duration of this game. Offense looking a little bit stagnant for Fielding. Dov will let one go. And it's not...
Did he call bank? That's the question. Oh, I've got Tama confirming absolutely not. We'll take that.
You have to take the bank if you're Fielding High School, though. As Hawani just bumps Gift off. And another easy 2 for Christ College, who look pretty comfortable right now. And Dov will go the line to shoot 2.
Dov did have a 70-point game here earlier this season. Oh, you were not aware of this?
No.
Right, so during the regular season here in Manawatu, I believe when Lockie was away with that Worlds group, he had, I think it was 74 points.
Against, do we know who it was against?
Palmy boys.
Ryan Double Dam.
I believe it
What
was.
are you doing, mate?
Don't quote me. I know he had 70 odd. He definitely scored 70 something, and I believe it was against Palmy boys.
That's
hit a huge.
Did you
number.
watch it?
I've seen the score highlights.
That is something I have witnessed maybe once or twice in my life.
Only when you've done it against Jack, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
The good old days, really, is what you can call them.
Yeah.
That is epic from Dov. He'll be needing a 70-point game if he wants to claw this lead back, as they now, with that little E-Africate floater, trail by 14. As Dov flies over to Gift. 2 hands up, he fires, and another position left begging. Looking at it now, 71 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists.
There we go.
Oh, there's another Kuru Whiwhitoru for Boston. And it's not looking good for Fielding High right now.
No, it is not. But yeah, Dov has the ability to score and score in bunches.
Got to get in the ball and get him in positions where he can do so, as he finds a shooter. No good for Retimana. And Tama just getting his hands in there, but that one's just going to be on Tawharikate. I take it back. That is on Tama Isaac. His second foul of the ball game. 2 Kuru Taituku's on way for Fielding High School here. 2 important free throws. Taniela, My City. Leaves the first one short. You kind of want these points going into halftime.
If we can knock this one down and Field and get a stop, it's a great feeling to finish on that. Unfortunately, short on both of those. Can they get the stop?
Tama Isaac will control the pace here, and once again finds the corner. No good, but off the offensive two-upper. And that is the dream finish for Christ College as we get into the halfway point, 47-28.
But they got that action straight off that ghost screen like they did. The defense collapsed and kicked out. Keep running that action. It's been good for them.
Absolutely. We'll see what Fielding High School can do to call back in the second half. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
A solid region, I reckon.
They're the OGs.
It's a banger.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
Projects, we create better outcomes because we never make any assumptions. Like this sports facility. The client sent out their brief. And when it came to the 4 submissions, we impressed the client with a proposal that went over and above. Because we'd done things differently. We'd pulled together a team of experts, looked around the world for inspiration, and exceeded the client brief. We even brought it in on budget by reducing fees and prioritising function over form. At Apollo, we're more innovative, create specialist project teams, deliver on our promises, and build to the budget. Apollo Projects. No assumptions, better outcomes.
This isn't an ad about four-wheel drives. It's about knowing the place, as well as the locals.
You found the place. That's a good start. Built by my great-grandfather 20 years ago.
I'm Trevor Johnson and I'm a sheep and beef farmer from the Forgotten World Highway. Some of the country we bought was quite steep and difficult. We have pushed those blocks to pine trees. 1,000 hectares into forest and 7,000 hectares will stay in grazing. To me, it's just the best use of land. If you've got land that is not so productive, it's a marvellous way of increasing your income.
Randy, are you ready?
Yeah. Permission to board. Push, push, push.
Giving up is not an option.
You could just feel the weight away.
Oh my God! I could see myself here on a beautiful sunny day, doing some mad manus in there. Let's go!
No special karakia to speed the process.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
No mai, hoki mai, welcome back to half two of the Basketball New Zealand Secondary School Nationals. We have a prolific AA game here at Christ College taking on Fielding High School. They lead 47-28. Probably not exactly what we expected from the first half there, Miles.
Not at all. And I think one of the big ones was just when Christ went on that run, Fielding had already used both their timeouts, so Coach Larson didn't have an opportunity to just calm things down and draw something up to get a really good look. I also think Christ did a great job of just screwing with the offensive flow. There's no messing with that flow by being in that, like, it was a point drop, 3-2, 2-3, like it was kind of a amoeba changing zone that really sort of held Fielding up on the scoring side of things.
100% looked like they didn't really know what answer to go to. They don't have something consistent that Christ have continued to go back to, like the ghost screen, you know, one action that's working for them. So it's going to be interesting to see what the corridor was there in the halftime from both teams. Obviously, two basketball masterminds on our left and right. So we'll see how things unfold here in this second half.
And, you know, it's a big lead at the moment, but in terms of the way these guys can play, you see Iha could get to that left hand and finish. So 21-point lead right now. It's not all doom and gloom for Fielding by any stretch of the imagination. They got to get some more stuff on the rim, as we said. Powerful drive there. Unfortunate that you can't get that to go, but that's a much better take.
And you want to see more of that from Lockie Crate, right? Like his ability to get downhill into the rim and finish is obviously quite prolific, and would love to see more of that. I think Fielding would too. High post catch for Ihaka, spinning on Lockie. Great contest. Ends up with the ball once again. Great toot-upper there from Gift.
But that was just a better defensive possession. The guy doesn't want to really get to his out-of-control dove on that one, but that last defensive possession, he forced Ihaka to his right hand and see what can happen as we see another easy at the rim shot there.
Yeah, giving too many easy ones away. Fielding, and Christ will absolutely just continue to lap it up while they can. Looking a little bit slow here.
I just feel like that's Tafiti on the rim, and You know, you look at some of the shots that Christ are generating for themselves right now. There's a lot of easier looks. Whereas if you look at Fielding, they're working hard right there. Like, that's a great look.
That's an easy one, right?
Yeah, someone goes on the hard backdoor cut, defense over helps, kick to the corner, uncontested three. Whereas the last possession, Dog getting contested, gets into that mid-range. You know, it's hard.
And then it becomes hard to, you know, get stops defensively once you've exhausted all your energy offensively trying to get a shot. That's not a bad look there from Gift, but just unable to convert. Boston Pairatsa with the hot hand. Can't go corner to corner, but great offensive two-dubber there from Aston. And looks like the shot clock has run out. No one quite realised. Quinn Clinton being told to...
I like it.
Be quiet, get back in your box, coach. We'll see a reset of the shot clock back to 14. Back down to 10. And Coach Darren Larson just having another corridor with our Team Grey. They've been very much open ears today, haven't they?
Yeah, no, I think it's something that our referees went away from. I chatted about this to Kayla earlier on. We've got to the stage now where our referees are much more vocal, and the communication, when done well from players and coaches, is received from the referees, which is absolutely fantastic. And I think we went away from that all over the country for a little while. And so the ability for these referees to negate some things and manage emotion through the whistle and just some conversations is really, really cool. As we see Fielding finally get 2 feet in the paint, but a good little give, but can't finish.
Oh, and then an athletic and one for Tama Isaac. Felt like he defied the law of physics a little bit then. Got that little right-hand finish on the left-hand side, and we'll get a Kuru Tautoku. He has been pretty damn hard to stop. And Darren continuing with that trend of early timeouts as they trail by 30.
Well, you got to do something now. We said that at 20 it wasn't too, you know, it wasn't panic stations yet, but to stop the run that Christ are on right now, they've got to come up with a little something. And that extended, like the pressure that Christ are doing defensively, it's just so disruptive right now that they need to come up with something, a little bit of a spark so they can get on a roll.
What would you be doing coming out of this timeout if you're Fielding?
Well, I still think that the key to this right now is points in the paint. And I think that we don't have the stats here, but just watching this game, the eye test, I feel like that this is being dominated by Christ right now. But, you know, their stuff off the dribble, their offensive glass. So Fielding needs to start doing some work on the defensive end to keep guys out of the middle. You know, Tama Isaac getting on his right hand, getting into the lane. Ihaka going, getting to the lane, getting on the glass. They need to shut that down. And then offensively, they need to put some pressure. Like we said, the guys can shoot. It's going to be a make or miss type thing. Right now, they're not being able to generate a lot of open ones, so they're not making a lot. So they need to do something to try and get feet in paint, get to the foul line, see the ball go through the rim.
Have you seen them a lot this year, Fielding High School?
A little bit, not really, because I've been a lot of the stuff that I've been doing has been in Wellington this year with Scots College, and you know, I helped out with Southland Sharks as well. So a lot of my attention, even though I'm based here in Manawatu, a lot of my attention's been countrywide, not necessarily on my own back door.
It's interesting. I just thought that Fielding would have been a little bit better than 28 points against this Christ College team, you know, given their talent.
Well, I got to see them at regionals, and I would put out there that they are not playing well right now. But this is not the team that I saw at regionals. You know, they beat Napier, who are a very good team. You know, so, but for a team who does shoot a lot of threes, as we see Tama Isaac get to that right hand floater once again, feet in paint. You know, for a team that shoots a lot of threes and shoots the ball well. That's a tough one when you're not shooting the ball well.
100%. Goes back to kind of what else can you generate, and that's a great look there from Gift. Obviously, Dove got his own offensive two-upper, and then another re-penetration there for Gift. So, you know, flashes of better things. In that last position, there's also the corner three too.
Yeah, I mean, there's nearly 16 and a half minutes in this game. And so that effort there on the glass and sharing the ball, being able to get feet in paint, that's a whole lot better. That's a much better possession offensively.
Gift Bruce's first Kuru Tautaku, and back rims the second, so splits the here.
A little bit flat.
High post catch and some nice looking off ball movement here. Tama, little jab, lets it fly, and how do you stop a man like that?
Well, I'm actually, you know, with a little bit more of a contest there, I'm actually willing to, if I'm fielding, I'm actually living with that one a little bit more right now. Just because he's been so dominant being able to put the ball on the floor and get in the paint, as we see him right hand on the rim.
Totally, his strength lies with getting to the rim and finishing around the tupper. Like you said, you want to live with contested threes as they find a corner look. Great ball movement to an open Gift who cannot convert by a long shot, but way better look.
It was of better ball movement, and it's one of those things, like, they're a good three-point shooting team that isn't shooting the ball well. So what else can you do? But then all of a sudden, you're the open guy. You're like, hey, I'm going to shoot this one, and we haven't shot the ball well, so now it starts playing on your mind a little bit.
It is difficult when you have so much success from beyond the arc, kind of finding different avenues of scoring. And do you keep taking that amount of three-point looks as Boston Pairata can't convert his own one?
But that's, you know, better defense. Tafiti just forcing a contested catch 6 feet, 7 feet away from the three-point line.
And that's just too easy there for Tama Isaac, who has played with these boys for the entirety of his ball game, just showing his dominance and his inability to be stopped.
And once again, went right and got all the way to the rim.
And back-to-back trays there for Taniela. A little glimmer of hope for fielding when there is not much outside of that.
Well, they've just found it hard, as we see the answer right there. Boston answers back.
And that's tough for fielding, right? You get one of your own, you need to get a stop on the other end. 35-69, a significant trail, and there they go again. Tafiti getting up. A cute little dunk, you could call it.
Well, he laid it up and grabbed the rim. And we count that as a dunk?
Oh, let him have it. Let him have it.
Maybe Jack, that's what Jack got you to believe.
There's no way Jack's grabbing the rim.
Maybe if we lowered it, he could get the bottom of the net. I hope he is listening.
There's no way he's listening.
Wait, I don't know. What time is it over there?
I don't know. That's maybe nighttime?
There you go.
Maybe. Got no idea. He's a London banker, mate. He's not got time for us little Kiwis in New Zealand anymore.
It's too big time.
Yeah, he is. Don't hear from him anymore, you know. Doesn't remember my name, probably. Also, a little unsure about the score. I feel as though Christ did not get that two-point bucket put on, but nonetheless, it's a big deficit anyway. Fouled on the Kudu Whiwhi Toru line, Reid O'Brien.
And this is where fielding has played, and fielding has played a lot of their guys a lot of minutes right now. And they are very good at basketball, so that's it. But it's almost a situation where you got to throw in someone somewhere along the line to see if they can create a little bit of energy, a little bit of a positive vibe.
1,000%, and these guys probably feeling a little tired. You know, they had a relatively close game against St Andrews College earlier this morning, only winning by 15. So probably the fatigue of 2 a day starting to creep in a little bit more. And, you know, it becomes to a business decision for Darren Larson. Like, when does he pull them out? At what point is it too much? And you want to reserve their energy for their upcoming pool games.
And this is the same for every school, right? No matter where you are. As we mentioned, Westlake girls doing very well on the court beside us. You know, they've got some great players. At what point do you pull people to rest? Same for Rangitoto. Well, they're down quite a bit, and you know what? At what point do you're like, you know what? We're day 1 of 6. When do you rest? Who do you rest? For how long?
A lot of decisions to be made as a coach. As we see, great baseline penetration, not a lot of time to work with. Lockie Crate just going downhill, gets his offensive board, and sighs a sigh of relief almost. Finally finding some success. Christ have done a great job on him today.
And that was just a better possession from fielding. They moved the ball well and, you know, ended up with attacking a closeout. Couldn't get the first one to go, but, you know, offensive rebound and finish.
Oh, a little turnaround transition 3. Love the confidence from the youngster. And an easy find in the corner. Boston Pairata on fire from that spot today. Feel like if you're fielding, you kind of got to be aware of who's where.
And they've lost some people in transition. Given up a couple too many of those open threes.
Tama Isaac to strip that one out of bounds. And fielding will inbound here, 14 on the shot clock. Following us, Mount Roskill take on the Palmerston North boys. Miles will finally depart the commentary box with sadness.
Oh yeah, I miss hanging out with you.
It is your favourite time of the day, but you were so excited to come to Fly Palmy Arena.
I was only meant to call 1 game today, and that was with you, so I was very excited. But then, due to some travel issues and things, I've called a couple today. I've really enjoyed it. So.
Is this your 3rd one?
3rd one.
Damn, are you going to do some more throughout the week?
Oh yeah. As long as I get to call them with you, I'll be happy.
Oh, stop it. I've never heard you be so nice to me before.
No, I said the same thing to Andrew. It's all a lie.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
I feel so special.
It's good fun.
It is good fun, isn't it?
Now, and we are in a privileged situation because, well, I am because I get to hang out with you, but we get to start calling some Tauihi League soon.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited for the season.
It is going to be an absolute rip snorter of a season. The talent levels that we have, it's through the roof.
It's unreal. And just seeing the entertainment product that has been created.
Yes.
You know, doubling the pay for our wahine here. And like you said, some very talented players. Like, it's becoming a brand that people would want to look on in an international stage, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
the Tokomanawa Queens. That's my team.
That's my team.
That's my team. You know, and I'll be going down and calling some of their games. You're going to be based with the Poakai calling their games. And I think one of the things that is exciting is the Kahu have just announced that they're completely owned and coached and run by an all-female crew, which is fantastic.
Crazy.
First sports franchise in the world, I believe, to have that situation. And, you know, it's quite cool.
It is quite inspiring, actually, you know, for young wahineers. We're going to have a timeout here. I believe it might be a referee's one, nonetheless. Our referees are going to have a check to see if the hoop is actually straight.
Well, with a couple of the dunks that have happened this game, it quite possibly is not.
But that happens. But yeah, the Tauihi season is shaping up to be an exciting one. I've actually been fortunate to be involved with the mainland Poakai just in this pre-season, and yeah, just seeing the level of talent from them and the caliber of the imports and the quality of people that they are. You know, I think, you know,
when you're saying quality of people, you're talking about my girl Ash Strawbridge, right?
For sure.
There we go.
Ash Strawbridge is a fantastic human. Do you know she came to the airport for every single person who flew in to Christchurch? 2 a.m., she was there.
She's there.
Amazing. Such a great human.
And it was great to see her journey through the junior national program and then her success in college, both at the junior college she went to and then at New Mexico State. And now, you know, just coming off a season in Australia, coming back with the Poakai. I think she's been named as a Silver Fern this year. Shout out to Tall Fern, sorry. Paris Mason was a Silver Fern.
Yep.
She was with the Queens last year. They had a game yesterday. You know, so it's just like Ash doing some great things. I can't wait to see the success she has this year.
It's awesome to see also. She obviously came home from college and actually stopped playing basketball for a little while and then managed to get back into the game, which is super inspiring, and I think the Poakai have helped her along her journey. And do we have an update, Miles?
We do indeed. There has been a dunk so ferocious that there is now a bolt gone out of the hoop. And it wasn't me.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Miles was getting up at halftime.
I'm not jumping.
Who was it?
I don't know. But there's been a couple of dunks this game. Could have been any time. So there is a bolt missing. So they need to rectify this situation. How that happens and when that happens is to be discovered.
Is there a solution to this, or are we?
You got any tools in the?
I didn't bring my bolts with me today. Actually.
No, there you go.
Left them at the accommodation, unfortunately.
There is a crew of guys rolling around the arena, Manawatu, in high-vis gear that are generally the fixers of all problems. So hopefully, I did see Tess Petley out on court with a phone. So hopefully she is onto it.
Just to give you an update, the Westlake girls are well and truly winning their game on that court next to us.
Yes, they are.
As you can see, the hoop with a little bolt loose. And the Westlake girls actually only lead by 7 against Manukura, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, St. Peter's, Cambridge.
Yes.
On that court there. And I really like the style that Manukura plays. I was lucky enough to coach there for a number of years on the girls program. And, you know, the last big that they really had was Rochelle Fury, who had a fantastic college career in the US. But ever since then, they've been a little undersized, and the intensity that they play with, the pressure that they put up the floor, and the way they get after it on the glass is really inspiring. So great to see a small school of a couple of hundred out there competing against one of, like as you mentioned, one of the traditional powerhouses of the AA girls.
I mean, how good was that era of time when St. Peter's just dominated the country?
Well, there was a Venn. I don't know if you are old enough to remember the Venn diagram that went around that was done for tournaments.
I'm not sure that I remember that.
So it was like can I win nationals was the question. Right. Is Charlize on my team? And then it was yes, no.
No way.
And then it was, if yes, I have a good chance. If it was no, please try and play on a team with Charlize. And there was, I think they were maybe 4 championships in 5 years.
Yeah, and then the 1 year they didn't win, she was MVP still.
Yeah.
48 points in the final.
The crazy thing is, we talk about how good that they were on the women's program. Church College has won 22, and Church hasn't existed. Church College shut down as a school. They won 22 national championships on the women's program, including 14 in a row.
That doesn't even seem real to
14.
say. 14 in a, that would just never happen nowadays,
That's
right?
insane. That's crazy. So we look like we are going ahead with the game here.
Thank the Lord. I think probably both teams just happy to soldier on. Shouldn't affect too much, surely.
No, just no more dunks.
So Dov Silverstein will finally get his free throws. That must be because the bolt is missing, that he missed.
Yep. Well, it's tough because you've just been chilling for that whole time, and now you got to step to the line and try and make a couple. And we've still got the fourth quarter to play.
And stranger things have happened, right?
That's right. That's right.
I do love a good comeback effort, so I hope that we see a little bit of that.
But yeah, as I say, Church College dominated the both boys and the girls for a number of years.
Yeah, you look at the sheet of the previous winners, right, and it just goes Church College for like years and years and years. And then there obviously was a little bit of a Rosmini dynasty in there. And I think last year was the first time ever in history an Auckland team haven't finished in the top 4.
Well, last year was really strange because Westlake boys and Rangitoto boys were not here. And
of course,
Mr. Lacey was trying to figure out when the last time that happened, and it's been a number of years since those two were not part of the, vying for a championship here.
For sure, and then you have, obviously, last year no team went undefeated in the boys group. You had that 3-way tie in one of the pools, and then one of those teams ended up winning the whole thing. So crazy how that works, and it's actually quite refreshing to not have a team in mind that are going to be the favourites from get-go, I think.
But you do have a favourite team, right?
I love Auckland Grammar.
You like it?
From what I've seen.
From what you've seen, Auckland Grammar on day one? I don't know. I watched Napier here at regionals, and they played some very impressive basketball, the way they shared the ball, and Jackson Ball is a great facilitator and then can turn it on and score when he needs to. So I really like them. This Christ team has shown today that they are at another level. Fielding have been picked to be up there in the mix come the end of this week, and what Christ are doing to them right now is very, very impressive.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed with Christ College. Obviously didn't win the South Island competition. Tama Isaac was away, so lost to Waimea in that grand final. Obviously, Coach Quinn Clinton, when I spoke to him, was pretty keen to work on a few things come nationals, and they've obviously done a lot of that mahi. A lot of great pieces in this Christ squad. Obviously, you've got your superstars in Ihaka and Tama, but some really great pieces that can, shoot the 3-ball well, defend well, rebound well.
And I understand that it is a little disappointing to not win a regional championship, but what is the point of the regionals?
Nationals.
To get to nationals, and these guys are here and they're getting it done on this stage right now, which is fantastic. And their defensive effort has been phenomenal. Holding a very potent opponent offense like Fielding to 43 3/4 is very impressive.
Tawhiti Cake gets his own offensive rebound to end the quarter. So yet another dominant display from Christ College there.
And that's twice Fielding have given up. They did it to end the second, they did it to end the third. And they gave up an offensive rebound and putback right on the buzzer.
For a team that's trailing by 30, you obviously want to put in a little bit more effort. I believe for these guys, they wouldn't want to finish on a scoreline like this, right? Like, they would love to finish out today and finish out this game with a respectable scoreline so that heading into tomorrow they can grab some wins and still try to get into that top 8. I believe they had a win against Stack this morning, so all things going well, they can probably find a way to still nudge into that top 8.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, with the way the playoffs work, you can actually earn yourself a free game. As we see the boys huddle, the big long-haired lout of Tom Higgins, assistant coach, looking into the huddle. Got a lot of time for Tom. We spent a number of years together through the junior national program. Got to travel to some pretty cool places and win some pretty cool basketball games with him.
Yeah, he's a high-quality human. Just won the tertiary nationals as well with the University of Canterbury. So good to see him getting back on track. He's an absolute bucket too.
He is indeed. But this pool is very, very tough. Hamilton boys, Christ, Fielding, Stack, Tauranga boys, and St. Peter's, Auckland. That's a tough ball. There are no real easy games, and I'm surprised at this scoreline, but there are no easy games in that one. So the fight for that that first position to get the game off, and then 2-3 to cross over for that extended lifeline to get to the top 8. It could be anyone's game.
I believe there was an upset this morning in that pool as well. I want to say St. Peter's beat Hamilton boys, from what I heard. You're giving me a shocked little face there. I'm pretty sure.
There we go. I missed that. That was the 9 o'clock round.
You weren't quite there.
I was still making my coffee and trying to cook a bagel.
Trying?
Yeah. I succeeded.
Did you not say? Oh, so you did. Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of gave me the impression that you didn't quite get there, but you got there.
Little avocado and tomato on a bagel.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good little morning you had yourself.
Bougie.
True Hoops allows you to pay for some avocados in the supermarket these days, eh?
Well, they are on special at the moment.
Oh.
Stock up. Tea Market Fresh, 2 for $1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good shopping from you there, Miles.
Tea Market Fresh is just round the corner here, and they've been a source of help for the basketball community over the years. It's great.
Great find to the corner. Tama leaves that one short. Would love to see some big positions here from fielding. And 3 ball is no good. Great O-board. Little man left all alone. Not a great day from beyond the arc for fielding.
No, and uncharacteristic. And that can be, the second game in the day, and not used to it, just trying to get your legs under you and get the vibe of how this whole tournament thing works.
No luck for Tafiti there as well. Reid O'Brien lets one go, and just again, no luck. It's a little bit difficult to watch, a team that's putting them up in volumes because they can shoot them, but just having no success. Truman Heath will leave that one short. Here goes Lockie Cray. Gets the finish, but just no excitement from this fielding side at all.
Well, it's hard to get excited when you're down 30, but
you're right.
But that's a great score on the break there. It's probably one of the easiest ones they've had all afternoon.
Tama
as that is not easy, but he makes it look easy.
He is a bucket. That is fair to say. Great find back to Gift, who has also not been successful. So tough day at the office overall for these boys. Obviously some great basketball to come, like we mentioned. Mount Roscoe and Palmy North will go head-to-head next. And then on court 3, St. Mary's.
Are you staying on the mic for that one?
I am indeed. Not sure who's joining me, but we'll have to see.
There you go.
St. Mary's women take on St. Kennigan women on court 3 as well. Plenty of great basketball to come. For anyone curious, Westlake did indeed get the dub.
They did. They started off their defence of their back-to-back championships with a big win over Rangitoto. And they've only got the 1 game today. As the pools of 6, you play 5 games in pool play. You get a 1-dayer somewhere in the first 3 days, and they've got theirs today.
Nice, easy way to start the tournament.
When would you like to have yours? You've got the say day 1, day 2, day 3. When would you like to have your 1 game? I've got my own personal opinion. I'd love to hear yours.
Honestly, it wouldn't be day 1, I don't think.
Huge block there by Lachlan Crate. Christ, get that back though. I agree. I don't think day 1 would be my preferred day.
I think I kind of like it in the middle there.
You think day 2?
I think so. Day 2 or day 3?
Yeah, I'm a day 3. I'm definitely thinking day 3. Because then you get that 1 day, and then on day 4 you start heading into crossovers.
Yeah.
Having that extended rest, so go hard, and it's not even go hard. It's 2 games, that 1 game.
Yeah.
I think that would be advantageous, just in terms of what you can do. It's a little bit of a break at the right time.
Yeah, I agree. I think day 2 or day 3 for sure. Sometimes it can definitely be hard if you're waiting a long time to kind of generate some excitement and momentum.
Well, there's a little of excitement and momentum from Fielding High School.
Yay!
Knocking down a triple.
Feels like a little too late, Miles, but great to see them knock one down anyway.
But yeah, that just that little bit of an extra day for, you know, the one game, a day's break before you get into the crossovers.
Yeah, I believe day one's just a hard one to, you know, start off with. I was talking to the Christchurch girls high coaches actually, who got a slim win over Rotorua girls. An ugly game, messy win for them.
Did they win?
They did win.
And at tournaments, that's all that matters.
100%, and they'll take it. But very hard to, you know, correct all those issues when you only have the one game, you know, to start with. And they obviously have some very much needed winnable games going tomorrow.
And it's tough because you're right. The extra game, the short turnaround time. And if this was this morning for fielding, you're like, okay, we got to flush that one away and forget about it because we've got someone else to do real quick.
Yep.
So, unfortunately, they got time to stew on this before their next game tomorrow.
Yeah.
The good news is, well, maybe this can be the motivator and the wake-up call to really start pushing these things, this group, to the level they could be.
100%. And I think they'll probably be well aware that this is not necessarily reflective of these two teams' actual skill efforts. You know, when I think of these two teams matching up, I don't think of a 30-point game.
No, not at all. I'm actually looking forward to the next game on this court and the next game on the court next to us. Next game on the court next to us, Napier. And they're coming up against Nelson College.
Yeah, that's a good game. Probably a need win for both teams. I feel like Napier might have a little edge on Nelson College.
Well, I love what the Hawks have done, and shout out to my guy GQ Jared Kenny, getting things done as GM of the Hawks at the moment. There are a number of guys in this Napier boys team that have been in and around the Hawks program. Obviously, Aidan Daly leading this team. Former Hawk himself, an assistant coach with Sam Gruggan, who's now with the Illawarra Hawks. But just that ability, and it's the same thing with Nelson. These regional teams that have a group of guys tied in.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Nelson, Phil Jones, Hayden Jones, with Waimea, a couple of the guys from Nelson College, the guys out in Napier boys. You know, some of these guys here with the Rams, a couple of these guys with the Jets. You know, there's just some great basketball being played by some up-and-comers, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, and cool to see so many people involved in their journeys and development as players. And obviously, Sam Dempster with that Nelson College group has done a good job at nurturing the program over multiple years. So those guys coming through and they're ready to go when it's their time to shine. And I think we've seen plenty of that from probably both teams here today. This fielding group, I know, being nurtured by Darren for some time. Same with this Christ group as well. And they would have come up with Ben Sheep probably and then got handed over to Quinn after the championship. So,
and it's weird because I still feel like Quinn's just a baby and all of the, you know, like after working with him and helping as we were getting ready to go to Guam, those guys were getting ready to go to Cairo for their World Cup, and what a fantastic group that was. Dan Fotu was in that mix, Callum McRae, Quinn was there, and Quinn then went on, he actually signed with New Mexico. University of New Mexico. Chris Harriman, an absolutely outstanding coach. He was there and then left, and Rick Quinn transferred to St. Mary's. And his college career was sort of derailed with some injuries and things like that. But he is the beautiful mind of the basketball court, and to see him on the sideline is absolutely fantastic. He's going to be an amazing coach for a long time to come.
For sure, I really love to watch him play. I remember seeing him play in high school, and I believe he actually performed really well on the world stage with that JTB squad, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then being the backup PG for the Rams last year. It's actually quite sad to see him go. I would have loved to see a few more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I would have loved to see a few more years in him, and, you know, he probably feels quite old, the fact that he has to retire because of injuries already, but it's been awesome.
He's still just a baby in this whole thing, but it's as we see Tama Isaac getting that mid-range jumper to go. But that group that went to Cairo for the World Cup, Ty Wynyard, Callum McRae, Flynn Cameron, Tobias Cameron, Quinn Clinton, Tucky Farrenson was part of that group.
Oh, true.
You know, just some guys who are still playing and playing
in
at
the
a really,
NBL. Yeah, for sure.
Messaging Callum McRae just earlier, they played their first game in Japan. He had 19 and 17. I told him wasn't good enough. He needed 20 rebounds, not
Come
17.
on. Are you even 6'10" if you're only getting 17 rebounds?
He's 7'2".
Well, even more excuse.
Exactly. But I was very impressed. We had that 20-point, 20-rebound triple-double in the Sal's NBL this year. Yeah.
He was really great for the Sharks this year. Obviously, a bit of an unfortunate campaign for them, but was very impressed with his dominance as we just see Harry Flatman coming off the bench. This Christ team have some guys that can knock it down from beyond the arc. Pretty impressive to knock your first one straight away.
And I love the celebration from the benches as Coach Clinton gets deeper into his bench. You know, the starters who are coming out of the game are celebrating every single guy on their team, every single success, which is just fantastic to see.
For sure. And that's what you need is Tama Isaac will let one go. I have no doubts that he'll be one of the next ones that they take off. Probably want to give him a little rest. I think they have this game probably in the bag.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a foul or someone to drop kick the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
Like, just do something to stop the clock and get that whistle going.
Nope.
Beautiful
Still
ball
no
movement.
luck?
No, not at all, but some beautiful ball movement from Christ College there to get that finish on the inside. There's the foul that we're after. Very well done, Tama Isaac, stopping the clock.
Probably wanted the break himself as he's played a fair amount of minutes, and Tafiti Kate will take a seat as well. So a full bench effort here for Christ, and cool for them to have the opportunity to play these last few minutes out by themselves. Fielding not opting for the same effort in terms of their couple of their starters still playing. Josh Shanahan just coming into the game and getting a floater straight away.
I think you'll find Fielding have got a couple of subs, at least one down there ready to check into the game.
Oh, and Lockie Crate, not sure he should be doing that on that rim.
Well, if he rips it out, you get a little bit of a break for the next game.
Yes, actually do it. Do
There
it
we
again.
go.
Do it again, Lockie. Great patience that Christ are displaying right now offensively. There goes Harry Flatman again. Another bucket off the bench.
And he may not have been on the scouting report, but he's getting to that left hand and finishing. Corner three to start with, and he's looking comfortable out there.
Lockie Crate just cannot connect. Takes his mouth guard out and smiles. Kind of, he must just be feeling so frustrated with his lack of luck in this game.
Well, and unfortunately, you're going to have a game where things don't go your way, and it's how you respond to that. I dare bring it up, but I'm a Sydney Swans fan, and we had a great season this year and then got to, you know, like that one game you play really bad in and nothing works?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the final.
Out of all games.
Oh, out of all the games. So it's great that these guys are getting that one out of the way early.
100%. And, you know, this may have been a tough game to win had they played well anyway. So I guess for these guys, it's okay. We're not taking out that first seed, but can we get that second? Obviously, much easier crossover if you can come second in the pool. Wonder what their day looks like tomorrow. I guess you could have a gaze for us while you got that.
We can. I mean,
drill going.
it's going to be a tough one because these guys will cross with Pool B, and there are some great teams in there.
That Pool B is probably one of the toughest pools. Waimea, Rosmini, Rangiora looking very good this year. St. John's, Palmy Boys.
And Mount Roskill,
Yeah.
you know. So, I mean, it's a battle no matter where you get to. So, but right now, if you look, so they got a little bit of a sleep in. You know, their first round's not till later in the day at 12:30. So that's always an advantage. And they play Hamilton Boys, who are the highest seeded team in this pool.
So kind of a must-win game for them, right?
Yeah. And you mentioned Hamilton Boys lost to St. Peter's Auckland.
That's the beauty of these tournaments, though, right? You have upsets galore, and
oh yeah,
things don't go the way you expected them to go.
And that's a great take there. Gift getting to the rim. I don't think Fielding has played poorly. They just haven't shot the ball well. And that's like shot the ball well from three, shot the ball well and, finishing at the rim. They just haven't shot the ball well. They've generated some good looks. That was an example of one right there.
And it doesn't matter if you can't make them, right? Like, in terms of, I guess, offensive consistency, good for them to carry that into tomorrow, but you kind of just hope they can actually put the ball in the hoop.
With just over a minute to go, this is well and truly in the books. It'll just be a matter of what can these benches do to finish out the game.
As mentioned, Palmy boys take on Mount Roskill following this game on this court. You got a pick for that, Miles? You got any intel going on? Or?
No, I haven't seen Mount Roskill at all. I don't know anything about them, so I'd love to say that it's going to be a great game and nice and close the whole way through. But I don't know. I've seen Palmy boys play a few times, and Matt Foss is the assistant coach with Ryan Doubledam at Palmy boys. I've known those guys for a while. I know they run a pretty tight ship, so looking forward to seeing what they can do.
Matt Foss is a hooper.
Oh, yeah.
BT Dubs. Didn't know that until this year.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, I didn't know who he was. Saw him at tertiary 3-on-3 and then at 5-on-5s recently, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, he was part of our junior tall black group that never got to go anywhere. So he was part of that JTB group with Tom Beattie and guys like that. And Hunter, of course, who's now at Davidson. So a number of guys there that just unfortunately COVID ruined the opportunity to go play. But Matt can hoop, and real high IQ guy. Real fast, but hopefully he gets the opportunity through some other avenues.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that game, and it's been a good one here with you, Miles Christ, to take the win, 95-56. What are your quick thoughts before we wrap up?
Look, I still believe that Fielding have got more to show than that. They didn't shoot the ball well, but Christ have just thrown down the gauntlet to everyone else in this pool that it's their pool to win, and they're going to be coming for you.
Well, it's an exciting day of basketball and still heaps to come. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned.
At Apollo Projects, we create better outcomes because we never make any assumptions. Like this sports facility. The client sent out their brief. And when it came to the 4 submissions, we impressed the client with a proposal that went over and above. Because we'd done things differently. We'd pulled together a team of experts, looked around the world for inspiration, and exceeded the client brief. We even brought it in on budget by reducing fees and prioritizing function over form. At Apollo, we're more innovative, create specialist project teams, deliver on our promises, and build to the budget. Apollo Projects. No assumptions, better outcomes.
It's a solid region, I reckon.
They're the OGs.
It's a banger.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
I'm Trevor Johnson, and I'm a sheep and beef farmer from the Forgotten World Highway. Some of the country we bought was quite steep and difficult. We have pushed those blocks to pine trees. 1,000 hectares into forest and 7,000 hectares will stay in grazing. To me, it's just the best use of land. If you've got land that is not so productive, it's a marvellous way of increasing your income.
This isn't an ad about four-wheel drives. It's about knowing the place, as well as the locals.
You found the place. That's a good start. Built by my great-grandfather 20 years ago.
Kia ora, Lauren Hiblay here from the Tall Ferns. We're out here in Flaxmere Park in Hawke's Bay. We've just opened up this new basketball court for hoops in parks. It's really cool to provide the tamariki with somewhere to go, somewhere to be physically active, play a bit of basketball with their friends. Good asset to the community, especially for those young ones who want to get amongst basketball. So yeah, it's really cool to see us open this new facility in this park that is just beautiful in Hawke's Bay.
Kia ora, Pierre Cameron here. Just want to talk a little bit about the Hoops in Parks and the Hoops in Schools program. It's been amazing. The return on investment is priceless. The accessibility for all the kids and the tamariki to get in here and enjoy themselves, especially through these trying times, been amazing. And just to get outside, you know, it's pretty awesome walking outside and seeing this kind of ballpark available. It's great, especially in these times.
Kia ora whānau, Peliri Oli here, Councillor for Flaxmere Ward, Hastings District Council. I'm here to support the initiative today, Hoops and Parks. Very, very amazing result, and it's encouraging our people to come and spend time here, and especially together with the youth. I encourage other councils to jump on board. Yeah.
Kia ora, wāre whiatu. Really enjoyed it here at the Flaxmere Courts, and looking forward to play again.
We've been waiting for the courts to open for a while now. Now that they're up, I'm glad that they're here for an activity after school.
I like that the courts are purple.
What I like about the court is that it's different to many other courts in Flaxmere.
I like these courts because they're in a good position from if you want to go to the park or come here. And I like it because it's easy to bounce the ball and take easy shots.
My name's Ricky Lee. Shout out to everyone that made these courts happen, and yeah, me next.
Randy, are you ready?
Yeah. Permission to board.
Push, push, push. Giving up is not an option.
You could just feel the weight away.
Oh my God! I could see myself here on a beautiful sunny day, doing some mad manus in there. Let's go!
No special karakia to speed the process.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
is an opportunity that we can't pass on.
Kia ora, no mai, hare mai, and welcome to day one of the Basketball Secondary School Nationals. We are here in the one, the only Paradise North here at the Central Energy Trust Arena, and it has been a jam-packed day of basketball and is not stopping now. Mount Roskill Grammar School take on Palmerston North Boys High School. Maya Williamson alongside Paul Kaiho Shaw. How are you, mate? Welcome to the commentary box.
Kia ora, ngā mihi nui. It's great to be back into this business. You know, I used to do some commentating. I've done a few commentating in other sports, so it's good to be called back. And also, te kōrero hei te reo Māori. It's going to be quite entertaining. I've seen it. It is quite packed, eh? It's quite packed in the entire building.
For sure. This Palmy Arena absolutely puts it on and shows out every single year. It's a tournament that everyone loves to come to and watch, and the basketball is also of high caliber.
Aye.
Of course, we have our Mount Roskill Grammar School team whistle, and we're on the camera too. We'll head over to our team lists now. Did you want to kick us off with the Mount Roskill boys?
Ai, koe nei ngā tauira o Mount Roskill Grammar School. So we will have our number 0 being Lincoln Tupai Samuel. Number 1 as Sarangan Sotherswarren. Aroha mai e te whānau at home if I mispronounce these ingoa, but I'm going to do my best here just to get them right. Number 2. Number 3 we have Hasten Osman. Number 5 we have Tapati Aleki. Number 6 Angelo Halafihi. Number 8 we have Zakin Kemen. Number 13 Dayan Kyung. 20 Pepe Sui Vatele. 23 Wai Paseka. 24 we have Pila Whaingaa. And 34 we have Tino Mataya.
Awesome, great mahi there, love to see it. And for Palmy North Boys High School, we have number 4, Luca Albert, number 6, Kyan Mori, number 7, Hudson Aish, 8, Max Congdon, 9, Alex Gordon, 11, Xavier Magasaya, 13, Lucas Mildenhall, 14, Tommy Reed, 16, Cooper Aish, 23, Ryan Pierce, 24, Dannon Sanson, and 25, Quinn Sherman, coached by Ryan Double Dam and assisted by Matt Foster. We are underway here on court 4. Palmy North will control the first position. They had a great win over Rangiora High School earlier today, 74-70. So a close matchup to start their day. Looking to...
Already we have some strong defense from, is that Roskill? All right, Mount Roskill Grammar.
Oh, and tough lay there from Zach and Kemen. Opens the bank account for Mount Roskill with a nice little lay.
Ka tae te rongo hoki ngā kōrero. You can hear a lot more communication in the further we get into this tournament. A lot more communication from all the players, which is quite good.
For sure. Good to see the energy coming from both sides early. As ball is turned over from Mount Roskill. Palmy boys now with possession, looking to get a go-ahead bucket here. Moving the ball well, showing great patience. Hudson Aish drops it off.
Beautiful fake there.
Lucas Mildenhall there with a nice little two. Mount Roskill look for an answer of their own, but can't get it. Coach Ryan Double Dam is very electric in the coaching box, that's for sure. Did you hear what he said? He just turned around and said something to us.
Not too sure whether it was to us or whether it's his team. feel a part of the team though. That's what
Yeah.
that's the energy that he gave me.
Thanks, man. Thanks for getting us included, Ryan. Nice little drop-off pass once again to Tommy Reid. Easy pakete there.
On the right side of the court now. Up in the middle, gonna make it through. That was a good attempt there. Well done, Wai Paseka.
Palmy boys looking well in control, and a hara is going to be whistled. Wai Paseka just getting his hands in the cookie jar, unfortunately. We're going to see a replay of that. Nice little dump-off pass. Great pakete. Coach Ryan Doubledam probably a little happier now.
Aye, Guangu, he's gone a bit more gentle with the pass on the side, sorry. See how a lot of good movement we see going on right through the middle, but we managed to get it back over to the other side. Roskill Grammar.
Nice patience there from Roskill.
Kapai Hetoru. And unfortunately, good attempt. Kapai back up to the top.
No good on two of the kuru whiwhitorus there for Roskill. Palmy boys obviously quite happy to give those away.
Subs are coming in. We have number 8 now, Max Gondon, coming in for number 14, Tommy Reid and Palmerston North boys.
Nice early sub there from Coach Ryan Doubledam, who just came off a campaign with the Junior Tall Ferns as an assistant coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very experienced man.
Well, at least we know he has his rights with his voice. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing out on there. His boys are safe in his hands.
He can yell at us all he likes.
Aye, tautoko.
He deserves it.
Kopai passing the ball around now, Grammar. Kauru Atsukiroto, we bring it up. Now the beautiful block there by number 23, Ryan. Let's get the ball back yet again. Komatsukita Watata, free open pass. Brings it up, and it goes in, and that is Cooper, is it? Cooper Aish. Modi ora ki a koe tama.
So an early lead now for Palmy North. Just look a little bit more structured than Mount Roskill do, although a good little pakete there from Wai Paseka. Getting them back to 4.
Just on the outside there, drives it. There's a little cut pass there, managed to put it through. Beautiful cut there to number 23, Ryan Pearce.
Great pass, obviously just drew the...
The intercept.
Hey! Kuru Topa.
Right. Oh, has that forced us into a timeout? That Kuru Topa there. Owe Taukirea Tānema, what a beautiful display of strength from our Palmy boys.
We'll see that one more time.
Ora, look at that.
Kuru Topa there, massive big plays from these Palmy North boys who look pretty comfortable. So, a few minutes in, what are your thoughts so far?
I mean, it's real good to be back down here, watching these boys play. It's good to be right up close as well, a couple up close and personal with these teams. You can see both teams are quite eager. It is just the beginning of our game. First quarter, 6 minutes to go, I believe. And we're doing quite good so far on both sides. Both sides showing a lot of strength. Korato hoki mai a kone. They're just about to come back in from the timeout, I believe. Kapai, what are your thoughts on what's happening as well?
Yeah, both teams going hard. Obviously, you start to just trying to feel each other out in the first few minutes of the game. Probably the first quarter, still just figuring each other out. But I think Palmy North have done a good job of just sticking to their strengths and finding the shots that they consider desirable, probably making it a little bit more difficult for Mount Roskill. But I guess that's what that Wahike, that timeout was for, just to have a quick korero about strategy going forward and how they can adjust to things from here.
Ka hoki te poro kia rātou kia Mount Roskill Grammar. And it will be Lincoln Tupai passing it in.
Nice patience here from Mount Roskill again. Letting the kuru whiwhitoru go. Oh, everything but. Great patience in transition there.
Managed to get the rebound.
Again, great patience from the boys in red right now. Not forcing anything contested.
Just trying to create that opening, moving players around, moving those defensive players around. Just trying to create that small opening, just enough for them to score points. And Lady Palmerston North now with the ball. And our call.
It's the ball on the court. Fortunate does not take out any ankles. As we will see a sub come in, and Alex Gordon will see the floor for the first time today.
You know, I've yet to see a ball actually trip over one of our players. That's all.
Let's touch wood, it doesn't happen today.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oops. Arohomai te whānau.
No commentators curse in the building here, please.
Oh, yeah. Manages to bring it out, keeps the ball alive. Lovely drive in, brings it off.
Too close, he's not a shooter. He's not a shooter.
Looks like the first huddle of the game, and I could just hear Coach Ryan Doubledam yelling at his team once again. He's not a shooter. You don't need to get that close to him and let him blow straight past you.
He's done his research, probably more than me.
Well, that's a great thing about these tournaments. You know, obviously you've got your assistant coaches, and you can just go and scout the other team and probably get some film on them. And you know, you trust Ryan Doubledam's expertise to do just that. Don't want to sing his praises too much,
But it's good to praise him, you know, for his work and his efforts that he's put into his career. So, all great intercept there, bringing it back over to the opposite side. Bit of a cut pass, brings it in. Kapai Tainema.
Good little bucket there from Mount Roscoe. They've kind of put a stamp on it a little bit, as I say that.
Bring it back.
They came out of that wahike, that timeout, and came out firing, that's for sure.
2-3, 2-3, 2-3.
See that replay. Tough bucket.
Bring it up nice and fast. Good precision.
Tough bucket to there for Palmy boys. See what Mount Roscoe can do on the other end. Trying to find an answer.
Brings it back out. Strong defense here from our Palmy boys. Nice. Opens it up for himself. And that is a strong rebound.
Fires the pass over. Oh my goodness. Jumped over his head, did he?
Did he jump over him?
It kind of looked like he did.
I did see a very high jump.
Lucas Mildenhall came to a 2-foot stop, and it looked like our boy Haysom just jumped straight over the top of him. Must be nice to be able to jump that high, eh?
Oh, yes. I remember the days.
Was that you back in the day, was it?
Yeah, just a little bit. Used to get up high.
Not so much anymore?
Unfortunately, a bit of an injury has happened, and I'm able to jump as high as I used to for Pody, but we'll kōrero about these time. We'll talk about these beautiful boys that we have on the court here, making their way through. It was a bit long, but get the play. Got our subs coming in, number 7 for Palmy, and that is Hudson Aish. And that is our boy Lucas Middlehall, Arohomai coming out.
Mount Roscoe looking like they're in some kind of zone situation there as kuru Fifi Toru from the corner for Alex Gordon. They lead by 10 now. Patience being displayed from Mount Roscoe. High catch.
Right, te nui hoki o ngā nekehanga, a lot of movement going on cross courts. I have noticed recently that our Palmy boys are quite fast at getting back to each side of the court. They must be doing a lot of running in their training. You can just see they're capable of throwing the ball all the way to the other side of the court as a teammate is waiting. All right, Koiara back up again, number 8 there. Koi hoki koe ko Max Gordon.
For sure, transition game very much a part of this Palmy boys offense is a nice little go-ahead bucket. Drops the dime off to Heisem there. And just no backcourt pressure really from the Mount Roskill boys. And some kind of little 2-1-2 zone-ish. 3-2, I guess you could
Seems
say.
like a bit of a 3-2 eye.
And the ball will remain with Palmy boys' possession. 14 on the shot clock.
Sub coming in for Palmy. Number 25 there, Quinn. Mr. Quinn coming in for our number 8, Max Gordon. And
Nice
from
little-
the outside, it is long, get to play. Kia rata, Mount Roskill with the Pōroi Nine, just on the right side of the court. We'll move out on the outside of our 3 line, driving in. Little spin move gets them the 1 shot, as well as the 2 points.
The hoop and the harm there for Heisem Osman. Drawing the Hudder. Pretty low Hudder count so far in this quarter. Both teams being pretty well disciplined and letting this game kind of flow very nicely.
I agree. A lot of the games recently have been quite longer than usual. A lot of contact.
100%. Some physical boys.
Some physical boys, aye.
High on ball there.
Oh, nice cheeky cut there. Brings it up and you get the 2 shots.
Speaking of physical boys, we see some right there. Obviously a trip to the Kurutotuku line there for Mr. Quinn Sherman. He'll display some patience at the Kurutotuku line and get the shooter's touch. You know, he had to hold the game up the last game because there was a bolt missing in that rim that he's shooting on at the moment.
Is that the reason why this game took a bit longer?
Oh yeah, it
to
took
start?
a million years.
Oh my gosh. There you go, he puts them both in.
Yeah, I mean, I saw someone with a ladder coming to fix it, so.
Is that due to most of our boys in this competition being able to dunk?
Yeah, I think there was some massive dunks going on. They actually got a bolt loose.
Wow. At least we don't have a shattered backboard. We don't have any of those.
Yeah, it must be hard to shatter these backboards.
ones.
These backboards been around for some time, that's for sure.
There's the back out. Shot clock going down. Our boys still have the ball.
Palmy always got a tip on that one. Don't opt to go in transition, except just decide to slow it down and just falls out of his hand there to the baseline. Can see this elevated pressure here from Palmy boys in a bit of a 1-2-2. Trying to force some turnovers out of Mount Roskill.
Trying to trap them in the corner. Good drive. Nice heights with that.
Yeah, tough finish from Sarangan Suthaswaran.
And a bit of a travel was called for our Palmy boys. Ball will be turned over to Mount Roskill Grammar. I guess we could see our Palmy boys waiting on their prey in the corner of the court there. Managed to break through, just barely.
But forcing them into a pretty tough shot. Oh, it gets the shooter's touch. Ryan Double Dam just showing again some more frustration. Obviously, they apply that pressure to try and force turnovers, and the last thing you want is for them to break that zone and get an easy little floater. So I wonder if he'll make an adjustment coming out of the quarter break. As an offensive two-upper given up to Mount Roskill.
They managed to pull through a bit more. I think they've found out a little bit of a hole in their plays, in the opposition plays. So I think Mount Roskill, sorry, is creating these openings for themselves. 40 seconds left on the clock. Time is definitely flying.
For sure, you know, not a lot of foul calls this quarter, which has been good. Obviously, Team Grey letting them play a little bit, allowing a little bit of physicality to go. And no stoppages for a broken rim, which always helps.
Nice defenders. Manages to bring it back though.
Great drive down the lane, down bloody nose lane. Cooper Aish gets the tough finish on the front of the rim. And that is exactly what Palmy boys intend to do with their trap. Referee having a corridor with Coach Ryan Doubledam. He's a passionate man, isn't he?
I mean, on just right in front of us, yeah, you can feel his energy coming on to us as commentators, make it a lot more entertaining. Oh, manages to. Apologies for my sound effects that have been going on throughout this game.
Too excited.
Yes, just too excited to speak out of home way. Engarira, beautiful drive there, gets it in. Lovely two there by Cooper Aish. Fast drives with only 3 seconds left on the clock with the shots. And he gets that banger. Beautiful shot there to end off the first quarter.
Kuru, Fifi, Toru for Zach and Keeman there. We'll see that one more time. It's only right. Not much you can do about that. Buries it. What have you made of it all so far?
I mean, for it to be first quarter, 28-20, I would say not too shabby tānema. Aue taukire te kaha hoki o ngā kai tākoro ia o ngā tima. Such strong players in both teams. We have a lot of rep players in our Palmerston North boys high school team. And here we are, Mount Roskill Grammar's holding their own quite well.
Yeah, 7 rep players in this Palmy boys team, and obviously no one necessarily a standout player. I think that's probably what makes them a strong team, is kind of just talent across the board and contributors across the board in many different ways, but no one that really takes the charge. These Palmy boys finished 12th in 2023, so probably looking to go a little bit better this year, and finished 4th in their qualifying. Mount Roskill, probably quite fortunate to be here actually, finishing 8th in their qualifying, which you only need to come top 6. So obviously there was a pull-out or not enough in another zone, which meant that Mount Roskill were able to come. So they were not actually originally supposed to be here. So the fact that they're actually competing well, you know, a really good sign for them.
And they're not only showing great sportsmanship, but like it's just showing how grateful they are to be here. You know, they're still here to perform. They're going to show what they can do. Show what they can do in the second quarter, actually, coming up shortly.
Be interesting to see what these boys can do coming out of this timeout. Probably feels like Palmy North are the stronger of the two, but Mount Roskill definitely just hanging around, and you like to see that.
I do want to point out how beautiful our Palmy boys uniform is. I love to see that multi-design incorporated on the side there. It's actually such a lovely design.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful, hey.
Ka pai ki te hoki mai ngā tāne o ia o ngā tima. Our boys are coming back onto the court. 28-20, 28 being Palmerston North boys, 20 being Mount Roskill Grammar School. Well, Mount Roskill starting us off in the second quarter.
And Palmy boys in some elevated pressure right now. Looks like a bit of a 1-2-2 or a 1-3-1.
1-3-1.
And a Kuru Fifi Turu Berry to start the quarter. So ended the quarter with 3 and then started this one with a 3.
What a long wingspan he has, being able to catch that. And from the outside, good attempt. Driving it now on the opposite side of the court, trying not to get trapped in that corner.
Mount Roskill again displaying some really nice patience as the Kuru Fifi Turu is way off. But offensive
to get it back, and he puts it back up. Beautiful. Ki te hoki e the Kuru Fifi Toru, seen that, and then managed to get redemption for it. Puts it back up, then managed to put it in.
It's always frustrating as a coach, obviously having that first really good defensive possession but then just giving up a rebound and an easy 2. Super frustrating. As Palmy boys need this bucket and
he gets it in before the shot clock ends.
Holding on to their lead ever so slightly. I believe score should be 25-30. As offensive two-dapper after offensive two-dapper, resulting in some easy paketes and then trips to the Kurutotoku line.
Bit of wordly advice here we have from our coach here, I believe, Martin Windsor. Just speaking to Sarangan on the side there. Ka tuku ai te piro tuarua. Managed to get the second one in.
Full court pressure here from Mount Roskill, making it hard for Palmy to even get over halfway, and with that he is whistled for a travel. So a bit of a frustrating start to the quarter probably for Palmy North.
Well, we can see Coach Ryan isn't going to let that get him.
Leg free mentality for Coach Ryan, Double D. Waipaseka pulling his way in, and Tino Mataya can't get that one to go.
Opposite end.
Oh!
Hits it off the leg, and we'll get back to Palmy boys.
Oh, an athletic and heads-up play there for Luca Albert.
I was expecting him to throw it back in the court.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
I don't even know if he actually meant to do that, to be honest, but...
His reaction says that he was meant to do it.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with that, yeah.
Yeah, he totally meant to do
Well done, that was a good idea, yes.
Good job, Luca.
Good boy, we have Lucas on the outside waiting for the ball. And it's intercepted, but comes off the foot. Arohomai, that goes to Hudson.
8 seconds on the clock. My apologies, 14 seconds with that football. Great movement here.
Open at the corner, tries to drive it in. Managed to tip it back in. Murray Ora.
Tommy Reid is sitting that lead ever so slightly. In a great defensive position so far, but easy too for Haitham Osman. That was a little too easy after a ball reversal.
He's getting some really good floats into our game, and we just get another one from the Palmy boys. Engari rā, kei waho hoki a Hanson ino nei. Hua te kaumatoru, koi hoki koe o ko Waipaseka with the ball, passing it out. Strong drive, unfortunately. Kua tuku ai te poro ki waho, which will resort to our Palmy boys.
And again, Mount Roskill elevating their pressure. 2-2-1. Obviously trying to force turnovers out of Palmy North, who handled that one quite well.
Good way to get out of that situation. Ka pai kua whai hoki te poro anō. Whai atu ki tau atu taha. What's the call? Ka whai hoki tera. Tino Mataya. Let's float the ball into the basket.
And this is a heck of a ball game, right? Like, only a 3-point game, been tick for tack the whole way through. As another little 2 there for Tommy Reid.
Ai tāhua now, I'm constantly moving my head from one way to the other. The entire, oh, beautiful. Oh, Arohomai, he piro tuku toru. Koe hoki tērā. Number 23, I am blind. Ko Waipaseka tērā.
And our referee just issuing a game delay warning, so our Mount Roskill boys not allowed to touch the ball after they score a basket from here on out, otherwise they'll be issued a technical foul.
Oh yeah, I've never heard that rule.
There you go.
But, I mean, it does make sense in a big tournament that's going on like this. We do have a time schedule, just like how this game was a bit delayed.
Yeah.
So I guess giving the ball to the to our refs right away. Cuts that time ever so slightly. Manages to keep the whole tournament running at a constant pace.
For sure, and also just means that they can't hit the ball away and put the other team at a disadvantage to try and set up their defence. Great patience here from the boys in blue. Finding the gaps, but hands all in that one, Hysam Osman. "13 seconds on the shot clock." Alex Gordon left all alone.
Gets the ball back, drives back up, and the foul is called. Putsukuna ki ai rua ngā few. And the subs will come in as well from Mount Roskill. A big substitution switch of a total of 4 players coming in and out. Is that 5? 4.
Yeah, was that 4 or 5?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure myself, to be honest. Oh, I think it was 3, 4. Why Pasika, I think, has been on the court this whole time.
Yes.
I don't know, counting can be hard sometimes.
So many numbers to remember.
We're not here to do maths, you know.
Not at all. That's their job to put the points together.
Absolutely.
You just read them out. It was just the one shot, so we go back into our game. They were moving a bit slower this time, being a bit more patient, Mount Roskill. Coming down the court, normally you can see the previous substitutes that just went off. They're rushing a lot down the court, but we can see a lot of slow and through movements.
Yeah, super important to be very patient and composed when facing full court pressure. As tough move there from Zach and Kemen. And we're all tied up just like that.
Oh yeah, and that's exactly what Mount Roskill is trying to show, that they are here to play now. They didn't actually make the tournaments. They got put into this position and they're going to show what they can do. They're doing an amazing job so far against our Palmy boys.
Palmy boys obviously looked pretty comfortable to begin with. Have since kind of loosened their reins of the game a little bit, as Mount Roskill could potentially take a lead here with a successful possession, and that would surely change the tides and surely force Coach Ryan into a timeout. Baseline drive over to the corner. Kuru Fifi Toru, no good. And away to the races, Palmy go.
And manages to put that one in.
Great Pakete in transition there for Palmy, just holding on to that momentum ever so slightly.
Kia toru anō ngā piro mā rātou o Mount Roskill. Now leading with just the 1 point. I've noticed te nui hoki o ngā kai oma, te nui hoki o te oma o mahaere runga I te kōti I tēnei wā. A lot of running, very fast running from our Palmy boys. And they don't look phased at all. They must be some real fit, athletic boys.
Must be the style of basketball they play throughout the year.
Indeed.
And then 7 representative players in their squad as well, so they've definitely been playing a lot of basketball all year round.
They wouldn't know any less. Let's get the rebound back up. Put it back out.
Great drive downhill for Alex Gordon, finds the corner.
Shot clock goes off, manages to put the ball up, tips it back in.
And it's a much needed bucket there for Palmy boys. They should be back out in front, I believe. Now Roskill now down the lane, a little too easy. Now Ryan instructing them to just go out on the break, go out in trance.
Oh, that was a beautiful block there. Seemed like a little bit of a volleyball spike, just a little. A bit of a touch to the ball.
Why Pasika getting up and saying, not today, thank you.
And returns it back over.
And probably the easiest 2 of today for Cooper Aish. And we'll see a timeout away here, but look at that block from Wai Paseka. And a timeout called by Mount Roskill. What do you think the corridor is there?
I mean, for Mount Roskill to get that little block there, I thought that they'll gain a bit more confidence in it. You know, getting a little block in a game can change the entire momentum of the team, get them all hyped up, even something as little as a block. So at first I'll be thinking, oh, why the timeout? But it seems as though Palmerston North are getting a lot of good layups in a lot more often. They're able to get past Mount Roskill in the middle key there. But again, I'm still very proud of Mount Roskill showing their strengths this game. Still showing that, you know, they're here to play. Ke konei rātou.
1000%, and obviously, like we mentioned, not super easy for them. Finished 8th in their qualifying. Weren't actually supposed to be here. Lost their first game to Waimea College, 113-50 this morning. So, you know, bit of a tough showing, and it's always hard to lose a game like that and then get up for your afternoon game. So to see that they've not only got up, but are actually really much competing. Awesome to see that, and I'm hoping that it remains close the entire game. Makes it very exciting for us and for those at home watching. And big shout out to Whakaata Māori for making this possible and putting this live stream on. 3 courts for the first time ever at Secondary School Nationals being live streamed, which is fantastic and a great chance for these rangatahi to be, you know, broadcast across the country and for their families to be watching them from home. Obviously, not everyone gets to travel to Paradise North to watch basketball, so cool that they can watch from home.
Ai, tautoko I ngā kōrero here. Koe tērā travelled a bit of a distance just to come here. Engari, it is beautiful to be around our rangatahi playing this beautiful sport that we know as basketball. Get kids from all around the motu coming together, showing what they can do, not only sharing each other's skills and knowledge of the sports, but also sharing a lot of friendships along the way, hopefully. Engari, koera te mea nui o tēnei kaupapa, ko te whakahui ai a rātou ngā rangatahi hei. Karangatahi mo tēnei hākinakina, just coming together and having a great bonding experience, I guess. Well, it's definitely a competition. Got to keep that in mind. Engari, the aroha is there in the sports and within each other.
For sure, I went to a couple of secondary school nationals myself as a player and definitely have some, you know, long-standing friendships from those times, and didn't like losing to my friends, but you definitely create really good relationships in environments like this, and this is famously known as the best tournament on Basketball New Zealand's calendar throughout the year. So pretty cool to be here as another easy pakete there for Tino Mataya.
Probably you can see Palmy moving the ball a lot. Manages to keep our points ahead, even if it's just by 1. 1 point for each team going off each time. A bit of a short layup there, intercepted just barely. And the ball will be going to as a Palmy boys.
Yeah, good hands in the passing lane there for Silas Toyala. Couldn't quite come up with possession, but enough to disrupt Palmy's transition and get themselves back in a defensive position to get a stop. Again, great patience here from Palmy boys, finding the shooter on the flare. Luke Albert's a little bit out of control. Again, Coach Ryan Doubledam throwing some orders at them. Still in that elevated pressure.
I managed to cut through our defenders there, beautiful. Mai Waho, it will be a bit short, managed to keep the ball alive. Ka Gahua nei, ka gets te poro ki a rātou Palmerston North. The ball will go back to our Palmy boys. Beautiful cut pass there. All just as I just spoke. There we are, puts it back up. Mount Roskill Grammar. So with just a 1 point lead, our Palmy boys.
I feel as though Mount Roskill should actually be in front, but I could be wrong. I thought the bucket put them up to 45, but I might just be imagining things. Let's not listen to me. Tough block there. Mount Roskill obviously disallowing anything easy. Managed to get the ball in bounds.
Still tap in the middle. Brings it up, unfortunately. And the foul is called 4. Mount Roskill. Oh, I see. Subs are coming in. Number 8 here, Zach and Kamin. Switching up for number 6 being Angelo Halafihi.
Great mullet that Zekin's sporting there, I like it.
Managed to get that cut pass again. Don't think they'll get away with it a third time. There we are, Palmy being able to knock that one in.
High IQ play there from Alex Gordon. Saw that flasher and asked for it back straight away, and then got the tough finish as well.
Impressive hook pass there. And knocks it in on the outside.
Kuru Whiwhi once again. We are all evened up on this court, as I say that. Quinn Sherman earns his own bucket, so very much back and forth.
Seems like he was trapped for a second there. Number 2, Silas Tuala. And we'll return back to our Palmy boys.
Hands in the passing lane once again. They'll have pretty much this whole rest of the quarter to see what they can get going before halftime.
We've got 20 seconds, or just over 20 seconds left on the clock. For the 3. What a beautiful 3 that was. So putting up Piro kia rātou. Rātou our Palmy boys passing the ball nice and fast. Just under 10 seconds. Mouth guard is not in the mouth. And the foul is called with around 4 or 5 seconds on the clock. We'll see that replay. Beautiful 3 there. What are we going to make up with 4 seconds left on our clock?
Could it be another end of quarter 3?
Oh, maybe it's their specialty.
Surely. No way he does it again.
Kei te pai. The idea was there, the thought was there. Whainua.
So close. And with that, it was all she wrote for the first half of this AA boys matchup. Palmy boys lead 51-46. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back for the second half.
He ahua māma te whakarongo, he māma ki te taringa.
Ai. Ko te whakapiki wairua, te mea nui kia hau nei.
Nui ake ngā hua mō tua, that's us.
Tāku kia koe, bro. Te reo Māori anake te reo I whai pūtea ai, aku mahi katoa.
Taua.
Bring in the fire every week.
The whole system is man, that's what it is.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
At Apollo Projects, we create better outcomes because we never make any assumptions. Like this privately owned swimming centre that was still in the planning stages. The owner spent 8 years trying to make the project viable, but the design was continually over budget, a design he was paying for. So he called Apollo to help, because he trusted us to deliver. We got to know the critical success factors of the business. The current building plans had lost sight of what was needed. We took a fresh approach, starting with the most important aspect of the facility, the water bodies. Then balanced the critical success factors of function, form, and cost to bring the designs in on budget. Finally, we could deliver the owner the new facility he needed. At Apollo, we understand your key success factors, put function over form if required, deliver what is needed at the highest quality, have lower operating costs, and always have very happy clients. Like this one, who was pretty stoked. Apollo Projects. No assumptions, better outcomes.
And go! Just fill up at a participating Caltex, stack your pump discounts, and you could collect more savings on your next visit. Oh, there's another one. getting quite good at this. Filling and saving. Feels good.
Global warming is incredibly serious. We need to cut emissions, but we need to also absorb carbon out of the atmosphere. Growing trees is the only tool we have in the toolbox for taking carbon out of the atmosphere that we can do at scale. Pinus radiata takes carbon out of the atmosphere at about 5 to 10 times the rate of native planting. And so what New Zealand Carbon Farming are doing is planting the Pinus radiata to absorb the carbon, and then they're transitioning that forest into native forest so that we get the biodiversity benefit.
Atahua.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
Kia ora, no mai, hoki mai, and welcome back to the second half of action here in the Paradise North Central Energy Trust Arena here. Day one of Basketball New Zealand Secondary School Nationals. It's been a massively fun day here in the arena, and the fun is not stopping. Palmy North have a 51 to 48 point lead. Been a very close first half. What are your thoughts so far?
Ai, tautoko e ngā kōrero kua kōrero ngia. Te tata hoki o tēnei kēmu. You know, we have 51 to our Palmy boys, our boys in the blue. And we have our Mount Roskill being in the red, yellow and black at 48. Very tough game. I mean, it's been entertaining for that much. I really enjoyed seeing how strong our boys, what they're bringing to the courts. And, you know, there's no physical violence or any bad kōrero happening out on our courts. It's just, we're here to play our sports, we're here to show what we can do, so let's do it.
Absolutely. We love to see it, and we love to see these boys going hard. We also spoke about Mount Roskill shouldn't be here and now competing with a pretty good team that came fourth in their qualifiers. So really cool to see the way that they are competing, and I'm sure we're going to see that and for the rest of this game, and I really hope so. Like, I really hope that we can finish out this game in a tick-for-tack fashion as opposed to a blowout.
Alright, tautoko e ngā kōrero. We're now switching sides with our Palmy boys obviously going to our opposition side of the courts. To all the whānau at home, no mai hoki mai ai.
Kuru, whiwhi toro.
The game, ai.
Back within two now, so very much seesaw action to begin this third quarter. We'll see that again. Great opening bucket.
It's been quite a seesaw action for the second and third quarter of this quarter now. Our first quarter, we had a bit of a good start from our Palmy boys. Second quarter, our Mount Roskill had showed what they can do, catching up, you know, coming forth, just being just behind or just ahead. A beautiful out there.
Yeah, great easy park gets you there, and with that we are once again all tied up. Even Stevens. Coach Ryan Doubledam has opted to take a seat for now, so after being very passionate for the first half, just a little calmer this side of the half. Finds the low post catch, defender well by Mount Roskill.
Drives it through, managed to get through, and a foul will be called. There'll be 2 shots there for our Palmy boys.
To Kuru Tautuku's on way. Let's see another replay of that. Tough Lucas Mildenhall just finds his way into the lane. Just rims out the free throw.
See if they can get back ahead with that 1 point.
And off the back, Tapa, so misses both free throws. And that is a coach killer in itself, obviously. Kuru Tautuku's a very important part of basketball.
Quite a lot more movement being shown. Will be out of the court, unfortunately.
Great take from Hysam Osman, but just flies out of his hands, unfortunately.
We have our coach Ryan back off his chair.
He lasted a minute and a half, so...
It's quite impressive.
Yeah, that is quite impressive. Great ball reversal.
Great defense there shown by our boys from Mount. Pulling out the shot clock. That's to put it in with just under a second.
Great find at the end of the shot clock and a nice little finish there from Tommy Reed. Oh,
Nice
stops on a
finish.
dime.
Still keeps the ball alive. There we are, good way to put the ball back up. Tying the game yet again. It's been like this for quite some time.
Bit of a 1-1-3 zone for Mount Roskill. Both teams being quite creative with their defensive strategies today. Offensive two-upper. Controlled well by Ryan Pearce. Just falls short.
I'm not too sure whether you saw that. I'm not too sure whether you saw that. He threw the ball underneath number 20 here, Pepe's legs. It was quite insane. He fully, our pass that we seen out here that he reflected off Arohomai. You see where this goes first. But you see the pass that happened just on the right outside of the courts and it rebounded off our offensive player. He tried the exact same thing, but it went under the legs.
No.
Perfectly. So I was thinking, was that also planned? Was that also a planned play?
Look, as a player myself, I've had many a times where I've tried to throw it off the person and I just like throw it back in bounds and it's just like, oh, that's just really embarrassing. Because everyone knows what you were trying to do and everyone knows that you didn't do it right and there's nothing worse than that.
So when it does work out, you go along with it.
Yeah,
go along with
one time I think I did it accidentally and I was like, yeah. High IQ play. Ryan Pearce there with frustration, although he will go to the free throw line. Probably a little frustrated he didn't quite convert the pakite at the rim.
Subs are coming out from both sides.
To Kuru Tautuku's on ways, and I believe I just heard a little something over the speakers. We do have Foot Locker here, and they do like to run a half-court shootout, and the winner...
Is that really a thing here?
It is now. Foot Locker have been on board with Palmerston New Zealand this year, sponsoring the under-16 and under-18 nationals and the under-20 nationals. If you make the All-Star 5 of the tournament, you get a $200 Foot Locker voucher. And if you're MVP, you get another $200 on top of that.
Oh, rare.
And then they've come out with the half-court shootout, where I believe you win a $100 voucher if you can be the first one to hit a half-court. So great initiative from Palmerston New Zealand, and shout out to Foot Locker, who have been awesome in sponsoring our BBNZ events this year.
All right.
And creates really fun engagement too from players. Sorry to cut you off.
Get the point. Ai, he nui hoki te awhina atu i ngā kai tākoro hei hui tai hei tākoro tahi i tahi kēmui waho atu o te kōti, just letting our kids, our rangatahi get together just outside of the games themselves, being able to get together and have a bit of fun. You know, if not too many of our kaitākaro know each other on the courts, then we can have some of them from each school coming in, playing a few games, and it's a great thing for Foot Locker to come through and show that they really care about the sports and the rangatahi with it.
Absolutely, really need to show investment in the growing sport that basketball is in Aotearoa. I mean, we had our under-17 New Zealand boys place 4th in the world at the World Cup earlier this year. So,
I
you know,
did hear that.
You do need to invest in the basketball and nurture the rangatahi into some impressive future. So, yeah, big shout out to Foot Locker and also New Zealand Carbon Farming, Bailey's and Caltex for all they do for these events, and obviously Whakata Māori for the live stream.
Right, Whakata Māori allowing our whānau at home to be able to watch their tamariki play. You know, Palmerston North is pretty far from a lot of the places, well, any places far from home here in New Zealand. Not really. New Zealand's quite small. I've been across the world this year and I think, wow, 16-hour road trips are not fun.
Oh, yeah. Where'd you go?
We were actually in America.
Oh, 16-hour road trip.
It's fun, engari, it's not fun.
Yeah,
so
that is
here,
a long time.
5-hour drive from Kirikiriroa, Hamilton to Palmerston North. It was fine.
That's okay.
It was doable.
You've done worse.
Aye.
Going to see a hara there whistled against Palmy boys.
Aroha mai, I have been keeping an eye out on our side of teams on the sides as well. I've seen Te Koutsu come on through. Kura kaupapa Māori o Te Koutsu. I've heard that the girls team has really upped their game. Basically every year they up their game even more than the previous, which is amazing. Engari will focus on the game on the courts at this point.
Obviously, there's no more live stream games after this on this court, but if you want to head over to either court 3, there is Takapuna Grammar take on Napier Girls, or on court 1, Nayland College taking on Tauranga Girls. So like we said, 3 live stream courts. Super impressive this year for Segmental Nationals. Nice skip pass.
Good communication here on the courts from both sides. On the outside, puts it up. Fortunately, is a bit short. Good cut there. We'll go through. Kyle. Intercept also cuts it.
Great patience there from Ryan Pearce, using his footwork well and drawing the hara. So better flashes of basketball here for Palmy boys, and that results in a Waikiki here for Mount Roskill, wanting to have a quick kōrero with his boys in red. What do you think the kōrero is going to be from Coach Martin?
Kua roa te wā e whai piro on both sides. It's been quite some time since our boys have been able to score a bit of points to get ahead. You know, we are only at 55-58, and where we were at the beginning of the quarter, I mean, you could either say both sides are doing great defense, or perhaps the coaches see a little bit more of an offense, a bit of trouble with their offense. But that's just from both sides. Again, we only have our leads haven't been quite far over the second and third quarter now. You know, just like now it's at 55-58. The majority of our game we've been at 1-point leads throughout the entire game. I mean, it's quite fun to see our boys having to struggle of getting the pace ahead. Makes it a lot more entertaining. Makes it a lot more suspicious on who's going to score next, who's going to take the lead first. But right, Te Ahua nei, we do have our Palmerston North boys ahead, just by 3.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, it's from a commentary perspective, it's so much better to have a game that goes back and forth, because it really keeps you engaged and super exciting to watch. And for these guys, it's really good to get a test early on. And, you know, be able to kind of face adversity together on day one, as opposed to facing that adversity later on in the track. And yeah, so for these guys, having that close game really is great preparation for the days to come. Obviously, a 6-day tournament, so yeah, that's a big-ass tournament.
That's a big tournament, I tautoko. I think the longest tournament I've commentated was 3 days. 3 days, and I thought that was quite long, so doubling it.
Welcome to the big leagues.
I mean, happy to be here, happy to be here. By Ryan Pearce, Kuia tēnā rua te kaumatoru. Let's get both of them in this time, taking it up to 60 points. 5-point lead, been the biggest lead yet for a quarter and a half. Good bounce pass there. Time to find our place on the court. Coach is talking on the outside. First I thought he was a referee.
Just massive tussles and tumbles for the ball. Going to go the way of Mount Roskill, who just really have hung around. It always feels as though Palmy boys might pull away a little bit. Mount Roskill just clawing their way back, and now with possession, chance to bring it back within 3 at most.
I think again it's just them trying to show that they are here to play. They were picked because another team might have pulled out. You know, they're still here to show their strengths. They're still here. So it's good to see that they are still a strong team. And our Palmy boys could probably acknowledge that.
Another position there, gone bigging for Mount Roskill. It's a couple in a row now. Palmy boys maybe starting to settle in a little more as the Kuru Whiwhitoru just rims out. Offensive two-upper. Ryan Pearce is being a beast on the boards right now and doing a really good job at drawing hunters.
He's followed, I believe, 2 or 3 this game itself. Maybe more.
Feels a little bit like that.
All right. That was the first one in. Mauri ora ki a koe tama.
Second Kuru Tautaku on the way. And just rattles in. Biggest league in a while. And you can just hear over the loudspeakers there.
Oh, that's what it... Okay, I was confused. I thought that it was Foot Locker, the sponsor itself, speaking.
No. This is BBNZ staff, Liam Collins, over the loudspeaker. Just one of his many jobs at the tournament, facilitating the half-court shootout.
Oh, te whatahoki o taua Piro Toru. Runs back to the opposite side. Good patience here. Trying to find an opening. Great defense being displayed. And the travel will be caught, unfortunately, giving up ball to Palmy.
Palmy with probably the biggest momentum shift that they have had kind of all game. Probably the biggest lead that they've had in a while. Nice ball movement and movement of themselves here, creating a lane for themselves.
Yeah, you can see that they're getting their groove back just a little bit with their movement, their passes. I'm not too sure whether it's just getting to the end of the quarters, it's getting to that time of the game where it's time to lock in a little bit more, put in a little bit more effort, think about things. You can definitely see the improvement of the Palmy defense.
And 3 seconds in the key is awarded against Mount Roskill. So a few possessions in a row left out there for Mount Roskill. Much of the beneficiary of Palmy boys. Just feels like they're slipping away with momentum a little bit. But you can never be too sure in the game of basketball as the pass bounces off his face. That is extremely unfortunate.
It is indeed. I just see our whole coach here, Ryan, with an amazing reaction. Give me a little bit of a crack-up laugh, just a little one.
It's not that funny, but it is a little funny, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Really high defense here, 1-3-1 from Palmy boys. You can just see Alex Gordon trying to take away those passing lanes.
Puts it out. And what a beautiful shot there. There's some good banter going on the court as well from our number 3. Or number 3, Haysom, and also Hudson. So it's a good banter going on. Good to see our rangatahi getting along.
See our main man over there, Denyo Kyung, he actually just hustled straight into the bleachers. Accidentally took a seat, but back on defense now, which is an impressive feat from the young man.
Puts it in nicely.
Easy little lay there from Luca Albert.
Ka pai karanga hei āwhina, kei hia te āwhina. Te Wanganui Nane, a bit of a wave hand, trying to create some good distance. No call. Ki te āhua nei, kua whai te pōrongia i a rātou Mount Roskill. At first I thought the ball was going back to Palmy. Seems we're good. Puts it back up, tries. Keeps the ball alive.
It's going to have to throw it up here. I'm not sure if they quite realise, and with that comes a shot clock violation. And Palmy boys with possession once again, feeling pretty good about themselves right now. They should be.
With less than a minute left on our clock on the third quarter. They still have a 5-point lead. You can see that they're taking their time, trying to use a lot more of that time left on the clock. Tries to drive it in. Good pass, will put it in nice and easy, creating an even wider gap in the lead.
Mount Roskill really want a bucket here. And they do still remain possession. They'll be thanking the basketball lords for that one.
I feel like that very loud mic going up throughout the whole tournament. I can barely hear my own speaking.
You can barely hear your own thinking even. Definitely a once-a-day thing as the half-court shootout. Really cool initiative, though. They had it this year at under-16 and under-18s and under-20s as well, I believe, and heaps of people getting involved and getting engaged with that as Alex Gordon gets a little floater to end the quarter. So a game that has been seesawing all along. Palmy North now with momentum and a 67-58 lead. What do you think the korero is here from both sides going into the fourth quarter?
I'll start off with our boys from Palmerston North. Can definitely see a lot of pickup on their defense, the defensive side. They've been switching it up quite a bit, and I believe the 3-man defense has been working a lot for them, putting a lot of stress onto our boys from Mount Roskill. So it's leaving our boys just shooting from the outside a little bit more, trying to get those threes, trying to have to move around a little bit more. But then again, I would say that Mount Roskill has been pulling off some good cheeky little threes every now and then. They've been able to get through, cut through our boys' defense. So the only thing I have on our boys from Palmy is to get a bit more of our offensive movement and points in. But that's it for me.
Absolutely. I mean, couldn't have said it better myself, right? Like, Mount Roskill have done a good job for these last 3 quarters, but just began to slip away at the tail end of that one. And probably just allowing Palmy boys to get to a few of their strengths a little easier. But, you know, it's never over. Like, this is a very close scoreline, and in a game of basketball, being down by, is that 9 or how many points is that? 9.
9.
Yeah, it is 9. Okay.
Yeah. I give our math. We're not here for math.
I second guess myself like straight away. Don't ever second guess yourself. Obviously 9 points in a game of basketball, not much at all. I watched got to work on the Canterbury Rams Taranaki semi-final this year, and it was 9 points with about a minute to go. Canterbury Rams choked it, went to double OT. So you never know, right?
Yeah, no,
you never
exactly.
know.
Hara i te mea ko mutu ai te kemu just because there's a little bit of a lead. It's not over yet. First of all, we have a whole 10 minutes left in our final quarter, and our boys from Mount Roskill has shown a lot of skill, so they're definitely capable.
They'll feel pretty good if they can get it done over Palmy North and cause a little bit of an upset. Coach Ryan Doubledam will definitely not be happy if that is the case. You can see him in the screen there, just pacing a little bit with stress.
Yeah, I don't want to speak too much about it while he's next to me. I don't want him to give me his team growling. Support. Team support.
Team support.
Team encouragement.
Team love, support and passion.
Ai, tautoko.
I'm friends with Ryan, so I can be a little harsher on him, but a little intimidating, actually.
He just has that coach's presence.
And it's great. It's earned him some pretty cool positions in his life. So.
Oh, beautiful steal there. We'll drive it to the end of the court. What speed we see there by Dannon Sanson. And we'll lose the ball. Or is that going back to our Palmy boys? Oh, it does.
So almost a chance there for Mount Roskill to claw back the lead a little bit. Unfortunately, they couldn't convert. They will up their pressure a little bit. Palmy boys very calm and composed under pressure.
I feel like I've yet to see Dannon on the court this game, unless I've just been blind the entire time. Number 24, Dannon.
I think that is his first appearance today.
Yeah. I mean, he showed really good running just then.
So Coach Ryan obviously opting to trust his bench a little bit and put in one of his younger guys, maybe. And Kuru Tautuku is good for Lucas Mildenhall.
Widening the gap in our points ever so slightly. And there's a second one.
Double-digit lead for the first time since the first quarter, I believe. Second quarter, maybe?
Yeah. Ever since the second quarter. Second quarter is where we started getting our seesaw action.
As Mount Roskill answer with a Kuru Whiwhitoru of their own, bring it back to 8.
Both in the 60s now. We'll see what Palmy can do. It's a bit short there. Roskill gets the rebound, driving it back. Kawakatsuku atsuki wainga nui, engari, kua whaingia i te tuku. All right, they get the foul there. 2 shots there for, was that number 23?
Why Pasika?
All right, Koiara, I'll get that replay. Yeah, that was a very fast smack.
Yeah, obviously, he did a good job getting in the lane and then twisting his body and his arm at the last minute to put Palmy in that disadvantaged situation. And, you know, if you're Palmy and you have this lead, you don't want to give away too many hutters. That means Kuru Tautukus mean they can result in points.
All right, there's the one.
So only a 7-point lead now. Again, a little bit of seesaw action once again.
Ooh.
And just smacked on his way out is Pepe Suivatelli. A little overzealous there with the aggression. You like the aggressive mindset, right?
Right.
Trying to get a stop in transition, but got to be careful.
It didn't seem as though that was on purpose, though.
Definitely.
Yeah, it seemed he's just going for the ball, and then who's that? Ryan Pierce just happened to be there. Good sportsmanship, though.
Great intensity still from Mount Roskill despite being down. And the shot clock winding down for Palmy boys. Ryan Pierce, no good off the back tupper. Off to the races now.
Nice speed to the opposite side. Saragan with the ball back. And Kate Ada, what a beautiful shot there. Is that Waipaseka yet again? Mauri ora kia koe tama.
So with that Kuru Whiwhitoru, we're back within 4. A massive change of events in a short amount of time, and
we were just talking about how it doesn't matter that there was just a 9-point gap. Now it's closed down to 4 already, and plus we still have 8 minutes to go. That's a whole 8 minutes of a game.
For sure, so much time ahead for these boys. And for Mount Roskill, they can definitely be encouraged by their recent showings. Not that one, but yeah, these last few minutes of basketball have been very impressive from them, and great hustle there from Sithaswaran. But yeah, definitely an encouragement for Mount Roskill to have crawled it back like this, and you know, a potential to win the game from this point.
Trying to find an opening now, just on the outside now. It seems as though they're going to take it slow, but then they rush right in.
Oh,
there we go.
Wow.
That was beautiful. I did not expect that.
I blinked and he was throwing it down.
I saw where the pass was, and I was like, oh, he's up.
Oh.
He's up. We're trying to return the favour, but he does put it in.
It's a great answer from Dan and Sanson. Obviously not doing the flashy dunk of his own, but getting a good bucket to kind of leverage that momentum a little bit.
Oh, it is the same amount of points. That's what the main thing is.
Great two-upper there. And a transition look. But another turnover.
Just a 4-point lead with 7 minutes left. Outside. Paseka trying to create a play here. 10 seconds left on our stop clock. Step back. Oh, beautiful.
Step back, Bobby Jack, bang, bang, back within 2.
That was very good. My vocabulary just like shattered right then.
Just, oh.
Yeah, just, oh.
Oh, wow.
Bring it up. Well done.
Very much a seesaw. And that is the causation of this timeout here from Mount Roskill. The Waihe get a chance to kōrero about some things, but...
Well, there you go. We see that dunk again.
Ooh.
He got really high on that one. He very good. Geez, words aren't wording right now.
That's okay. You're just commentating, you know.
He got very good height on that jump. Really, didn't see it coming.
But a sleeper bounce, yeah. Like I thought he was just going to do a nice little layup and transition. Then all of a sudden he's up and he's throwing it down.
He's swinging on the rim. I was like, oh. Hopefully we don't have another break in between.
It's already been broken once.
Like, come on.
They had to get the ladder out and fix it already. What happens when you put boys on these court, eh? But a great arena is this Enjoy Energy Trust. Obviously, so many courts. Like they host the the volleyball nationals here for high school earlier in the year, and the people here, I think, are what really makes it go round. I don't know much about the volleyball squad, but the basketball Manawatu are just absolute troopers. They very much put it on, always there helping out, and lots of volunteers to make this whole thing possible. And a lot of support for us commentators as well. And I know I got dinners every night last year, which was awesome when you're doing late nights of commentary.
Koe rā hoki rātou mo te poirewa. That's also then for our volleyball. Volleyball is one of our fastest growing sports in New Zealand. It's been so many students, so many teachers, so many coaches are willing to put in the time and effort to create such a competition, such as trying to get as big here possibly as basketball one day. I believe basketball being one of our main running sports in our secondary schools nowadays. It's still an impressive feat for us to be taken care of, as well as every student, teacher, coach, family member that comes along and watches our rangatahi play these sports.
1000%. It's a massively huge tournament, obviously, with 4 pools of 6 across the boys and girls AA, and then 2 pools for the boys single A, and just 1 pool for the girls single A this year. So, yeah, massive showings from these rangatahi, and like we said, it's also to see how well they're taken care of and the opportunity to play, at a tournament like this. As Wai Paseka is just all over it. I think he actually pointed at the Palmy North bench with that dime. Back within 4.
Trying to close the distance. Well, it used to be 1 point. Oh, pushes it through. There we are. Nice and easy layup. We'll get them just 2 points behind now. Closing the gap even more. Which one will put it through.
A little bit of kōrero there from Haisam Osman, as we see a nice little heads-up play there from Mildred Hall, just throwing it off his leg.
5 minutes left on the clock, and just 1 basket behind.
Great penetration down the lane.
Loses it, picks it back up.
Lucas Milton Hall runs out of time, and
a timeout. The timeout will be called.
Mr. Double Dam obviously seen enough and had enough. Wants to have a quick kōrero with his boys I don't think they were quite actually expecting this outcome, to be honest.
We see that our boys from Mount Roskill had shown a lot more eager. You know, they were so eager to just get back to the other side of the court, get as many points as they can, and as you can see, they have closed the gap from what used to be a 10 points, went down to 4 points, staying behind just by 4 points, and now just 1 point behind. With 5 minutes left to go on the clock, I think, yeah, Palmy just wanted a bit of a timeout and see what they can re-strategize.
100%. Going to be some quick kōrero here from Ryan. He hasn't even touched his whiteboard just yet. It's been all effort chat for those boys because that's probably what they need right now. Probably a little bit complacent in their approach, and yeah, no X's and O's chat there from Coach Ryan Double Dam. Was just pure effort and confidence. You can just see a couple of those possessions that get stuck in a trap, and the boys are beginning to give up when they get pressured, and you know, that's not the approach or attitude that you want to take, and definitely not the approach that Coach Ryan inflicts on them. So yeah, good to see him kind of rocking them up a little bit, and let's see what happens coming out of this wahike.
That's all you ever need here, Tahiwa. You just need a bit of a kōrero from your coach, a bit of a, you could call it a aggression kōrero, but it gives you that bit of an adrenaline pump to keep you going on the last few minutes of your game. I reckon that's what the strength is about a coach, that they're able to get into the hearts and the minds of our rangatahi during these games. Just that connection that they have built with one another. Puts it up, gets it in, and they'll be tying our game on this court. Pits te kau marima ki te pits te kau marima o ia o ngā taha.
Yeah, massive change of events here. Obviously, Palmy to begin this quarter looked relatively comfortable and actually got out to the biggest lead that we've seen today, and then Mount Roskill have crawled it right back. So great mahi from Mount Roskill to stay in it, not be discouraged by deficits, and still compete.
Very fast runner we have here, number 24. Devin Sanson passes outside. Easy float. Palmy gets the rebound.
Hudson Ash stops on a dime, lets one go. Great O-board there from Tommy Reed. 2 quick back-to-back buckets for Palmy boys, just giving them a little bit of breathing room. No rush needed for Mount Roskill, but preferably a bucket on this possession, I'm sure, is their feeling, as Kuru, Whiwhi Toru.
Whiwhi Toru, mauri ora.
Lincoln, Tupai.
Tahi noa te piro ki muri i 9, 78, I believe. Ooh, am I?
I feel like you're right.
Was it 72?
No, I think you're right as well. I feel like it should be 81, 78. And, yep, our boy.
Okay, sorry. I don't want to say and then actually be wrong. I'll be like, oh.
Everyone in the country is listening to you just be wrong right now.
Exactly.
Coach Ryan actually came to the bench to contest it, but we can rest assured say that this score is correct.
Sorry, I did get it right, yes.
Look at you go.
Yeah, look at me go, whānau at home. Go Palmy, good layup in the middle, but we'll give 2 shots there. Just under 3 minutes left.
Luke Albert proving himself to be pretty tough today. What I like about this Palmy boys team, I think I said it a little bit earlier, but just a lot of talent spread across the floor, and not really one player that really stands out. I think for Mount Roskill, Wai Paseka is that player for me who just kind of seems like he leads the charge, but for Palmy North, just talented across the board and a real group effort from them.
I definitely agree with that. I did think for a moment there that maybe our Wai Paseka could be our captain of this team, or somewhat of a figure in the team that they can rely on. But yes, and then our Palmy boys, all of them have amazing skill, and each and every one of them.
An important position here for Mount Roskill. Obviously trailing by 5, make that 3. So just when it feels like Palmy boys pull away, Mount Roskill are right there with them. And a turnover Ryan, no, was his korero to his player just then. And we'll see the tough little layup there for Tino Mataia.
Just wanted to let you whānau members at home know that it is not 80-8. It is indeed 83-80 at this point. Ka whai ngā mihi nui kia koutou.
Nice, good save, good save.
So, ooh.
Like, whoa, massive
lead.
turnaround. When did that happen?
Didn't know we could do that in the sport. I've been playing it all my life.
Bit of miscommunication between this group.
That's oi mai.
Lots of passion from Coach Ryan Doubledam. Let's just say that.
Aye.
He's a passionate man.
He knows his craft. Puts it back up. There we go. Gets the 5-point lead yet again.
Yeah, Max Condon doing some work on the offensive two-uppers there.
On the outside, will it be again? Just misses it, but puts it back up for another 2. And a foul is called for the extra shot.
Tino Mataia on the glass there. We'll see that again off the miss. Kudu Whiwhitoru lands fortuitously in his hands and then draws the hara. So once again, just tick for tick, bucket for bucket at the moment. And a Kudu Totoku could put it back within 2. And buries it like there's no tomorrow.
Korero. Ooh, almost miscommunication there by Palmy, but they managed to keep it in. Less than 2 minutes, just need to keep that lead. Pass the ball around. Beautiful passes, creates a good opening. Unfortunately, it won't make it in. But Palmy gets the ball, and the ball is up for Mount Roskill. It is.
Tim Gray's going to have a quick korero here about who the ball actually came off. Good to see Team Gray making sure that they get the calls right in this important part of the game. And shout out to all of our Team Gray. We'll just have another look at that. To me, it kind of like it came off the leg of Mount Roskill, but will remain Mount Roskill position. As I was saying, a big shout out to Team Gray for all the work they do among this tournament. A lot of games to be refereed, and a lot of great mahi from those guys. Couldn't do it without you guys.
They are indeed one of the biggest fundamentals of the sport. Without them, we want to be playing the sport in its proper manner.
Turnover there for Waipasaka, a very rare mistake from that man himself. And obviously Palmy, the beneficiary of that mistake.
Good passes. Spoke too soon. Commentators up over Commentators curse. The play. There will be a 3. Splashes it in, and that will take the lead by 1 point with less than a minute on the clock.
So just like that, we've gone from a double-digit lead for Palmy boys to be trailing by 1 with under a minute to go. Very much doable, very much still anybody's game. Just having a hold up here because you can sub after a basket in the last 2 minutes. So I think the bench just stopped the game to ensure they got the sub in.
Yeah, and our coach on the opposite side, and Mount Roskill was a bit, I guess, hoha, you could say, with the points not being counted of that 3. But fair enough, in this last minute, you know.
You got to get that right.
Yeah, you got to get it right. Can't put any pressure on the coach as well as much as the players. Nice sneaky cut there. There we go, Mount Roskill with the ball yet again. They're going to take their time, get into the opposite side.
High pressure situation.
Oh, and there it is.
Lucas Mildenhall steals his lunch money.
And the foul go up. Give them 2 shots.
Great patience from Mildenhall there. Like we said, got the steal at the half court. Playing off 2 feet, being very patient before drawing the hara, and 2 massive kuru tautokus on way.
There's a foul. Standing behind him, even though he has his hands up, he is leaning over just a little bit, making contact. We'll call the foul, and that is the first shot.
Off the back, Tapa on his first Kuru Tautaku. Massive free throws, like we said. Kuru Tautakus can be the reason you win or lose a game, and leaves them both out there. 2 points gone bigging for Palmy boys in a game where they really, really need those.
Timeout will be called for our boys, trying to stop the momentum from either side, honestly, with just 25 seconds on the clock.
We've got Mount Roskill calling that timeout, obviously now with a chance to advance it, and you know, for them it's about taking a high quality look and nothing too early. Obviously an early shot will then lead to, you know, enough time for Palmy boys to get a possession.
All right.
Palmy boys only with 2 fouls, so still 2 to give before they give away 2 Kuru Tautakus. And it's going to be a matter of a coaching decision and coaching philosophy here. Do you foul in this possession? Do you just try to get a stop? Look, I think you're going to have to foul.
Engari ko te whakaaro, it is the thought of fouling in a strategical matter. You know, strategically fouling. Not for the sake of fouling for hurting an opponent or hurting an opposition. Engari rā, to use these fouls just to allow them to give them as much time, or even allow them to get some more shots going in. We'll see how our boys from both sides go. Ke te hoki mai. Rua te kaumāri mahe kona e toia nei I tēnei wāhanga whakamutunga. We have 85 to Palmy in the blues, 86 to our boys in the red, being Mount Roskill Grammar.
Let's see what happens out of this timeout for Mount Roskill and what the approach is here from Palmy boys. Will they foul? Will they get a stop? Let's see. It's all going down here at the Basketball New Zealand Secondary School Nationals. This is what we come here for.
Tyson with the ball. Head onto the left side of the court.
Opting not to foul are Palmy boys.
Trying to hold the ball for as long as possible. Dragging it on. Less than 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Gonna have to throw one up. Why Paseka?
And he gets it in. Paseka au e taukiri e te whānau ko whainia I a rātou.
That is a huge bucket there from Wai Paseka. I believe his foot was on the line. So it's only going to be 2. Still a chance here from Palmy boys, and they have 11 seconds. We've got to take another look at that.
All right. Foot was on the line at te whānau. 2 points. That is a bit of a shocker.
Now that is a clutch Pakete. Let's have another look from another angle. A great defensive position, and Palmy boys probably felt pretty confident in that. And then just at the last second, give that away. That is clutch Pakete and clutch plays from Wai Paseka.
For being a 2 points, not a 3, can still give Palmy the chance to earn themselves possibly one more 3 before our game supposedly comes to an end.
Are we going to overtime?
I guess you can only find out. Ka pai kori te hoki ngā tāne o Palmerston North ki te hoki mai ki roto. 11 seconds left on our clock ki te whānau.
Massive possession here for Palmy boys. This is pretty much the dual, end-all.
Getting me excited. It's quite nerve-wracking, this part of the game,
It is,
especially such a close end of the game.
So much pressure. It all really rides on this. Can they even get the ball in bounds?
Strong defense being displayed by Roskill. And it will miss, and he grabs it.
And hands all over it, and with that they cannot foul in time. And that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. A massive upset win. Mount Roskill win by 3. probably in a very unexpected manner. What are your quick thoughts?
Ai au e taukiri e te nui hoki o tēnei kēmu. Both sides showing incredible strengths, and as we can see, Mount Roskill did come to this tournament, showed what they could do, and here they are, 88 points to 85 to Palmerston North. Again, we'll see the shot, the last shot that allowed them that lead in the game. It's been an honour being here to watch these two teams play. It is only the first day of our tournament. We still have a few days to go. Ngari, beautiful display of sportsmanship on both sides.
Kia ora, thank you everyone for watching. Head over to Court 3 or Court 1 live stream for some more basketball, and we'll see you back again tomorrow. Ka kite.
Global warming is incredibly serious. We need to cut emissions, but we need to also absorb carbon out of the atmosphere. Growing trees is the only tool we have in the toolbox for taking carbon out of the atmosphere that we can do at scale. Pinus radiata takes carbon out of the atmosphere at about 5 to 10 times the rate of native planting. And so what New Zealand Carbon Farming are doing is planting the Pinus radiata to absorb the carbon, and then they're transitioning that forest into native forest so that we get the biodiversity benefit.
At Apollo Projects, we create better outcomes because we never make any assumptions. Like this privately owned swimming centre that was still in the planning stages. The owner spent 8 years trying to make the project viable, but the design was continually over budget, a design he was paying for. So he called Apollo to help, because he trusted us to deliver. We got to know the critical success factors of the business. The current building plans had lost sight of what was needed. We took a fresh approach, starting with the most important aspect of the facility, the water bodies. Then balanced the critical success factors of function, form, and cost to bring the designs in on budget. Finally, we could deliver the owner the new facility he needed. At Apollo, we understand your key success factors, put function over form if required, deliver what is needed at the highest quality, have lower operating costs, and always have very happy clients. Like this one, who was pretty stoked. Apollo Projects. No assumptions, better outcomes.
And go! Just fill up at a participating Caltex, stack your pump discounts, and you could collect more savings on your next visit. Oh, there's another one. I'm getting quite good at this. Filling and saving. Feels good.
We just want to welcome everyone here today, all you beautiful Whanganui people.
These hoops are pretty mean, eh?
From Basketball New Zealand here at Kakaramia School, just having some great fun with the kids here with our Hoops and Schools programs. Your school can be one of these schools having the fun with our Tall Blacks and Tall Ferns and local NBL and Tauihi teams. Nothing but fun going on out here, prizes given away, kids making shots, laughter, fun, that's what it's all about.
Over the past 2 years alone, we've managed to install nearly 50 hoops across 25 Taranaki schools in the region. Not only are we providing opportunities for tamariki and rangatahi to participate, we're also proving the sustainability of the program itself as we continue to grow momentum right across the motu.
Hoops and Schools continues to deliver amazing opportunities for kids all over New Zealand, giving them access to basketball no matter where they are.
We're really grateful for having the Hoops and Schools program in Taranaki. We are bursting at the seams in terms of facilities. We have something like 100 plus primary and intermediate school teams. Providing these hoops to the kids fitted in with the whole growth of the game. I know that having these hoops in the schools will just support the whole program and see the future growth of the game.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass on.